The last time I was here, I was trying to come to terms with the words on this wall. I learned firsthand if you live your whole life this way, you'll turn into an asshole. So I rejected it. What I found out later is there is no one way. If you want to conquer life's obstacles and be the best you can be, you're going to need to learn more than one discipline. And that's why, in addition to Cobra Kai, you're all going to learn Miyagi-Do. You're going to be taught defense and inner strength from one of the best senseis in the world, because aggression isn't always the answer. Sometimes patience and defense are keys to winning. But I can't teach you that, because my specialty is offense. Strike first. It means be aggressive. Strike hard. It means give it your all. No mercy. It means not being Mr. Nice Guy. It's the hardest one to understand. But in fact, if you're too nice, the world is going to walk all over you.
May the fourth be with you guys. Why we love Star Wars? Why don't we love Star Wars? Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping.
I like that. You're a jabroni.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. It's What the Show. My name is AJ Lancaster. I'm one of your co-hosts, and it's Monday.
I was
But that's not the bit. That's not the bit. The bit is there were words on the wall behind you, Juice.
Yes, Juice. It says the juice is loose right behind you.
I was like, the juice is loose. Yes. Tell me what they mean.
Is he really going to make this an OJ story?
Legendary.
The words on the wall behind me could not.
I didn't even think about that. That could have been a whole bit. I could have been like, the is a word that describes other words.
Can you define the word the?
I didn't make it that far in English class. Juice. That would have been much better. That's my my autobiography. Juice. I could have did that better.
No, it was perfect.
Damn well,
Wait,
Hi,
where was
everyone.
What?
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Where was
Carry on.
OJ pulled over? Was he pulled over in the valley? Because that would be amazing.
I hope so. No, I think he was like back in Calabasas or Brentwood or something. One of those ritzy places.
Almost, but where was AJ pulled over? Other.
Lincoln, Nebraska. Let me tell you, bud.
Hello everyone.
Brentwood, California.
Okay, Brentwood.
Brentwood,
As someone who has watched literally every single documentary, listened to every podcast about O.J. Simpson, I was like, I think he was back at his house. I think he was in Brentwood. Honestly, I should have been more firm in my. I have not watched the most recent Netflix docuseries, but you best believe it's on.
So Brentwood is, in fact, holy cow. Okay. 5 hours from Griffith Park. Yeah, that's not in Los Angeles. That is
I think we lost the Deeks volume.
Hello, are we back?
Yes.
All right, you're back.
there you are.
Hello, we are back. We are the Deacons. We're biting like an eagle. We're with Sensei Juice and our very special esteemed guest. The only reason we would ever move What the Show to a Monday.
Oh yeah.
The one, the only PLD, the inferior Denuzio, but we still love him. Tim is obviously the best one.
Well, that's obvious. I mean, yes, and I appreciate so much you guys moving for me. I really do. It touches me in the cockles of my heart. I always had that.
Done it before.
What
We'll
about
do it again.
I'm not touching you there.
Not quite there. Not quite there yet.
Not
A
quite
few more whiskeys, then you'll hit those subcockles.
Hey.
I accept that.
I said that on more than one occasion.
Luna is snoring so loud I can hear her from the couch. She's on the floor in her beanbag. Having a good snooze over there. All
I
right.
thought that was Kim actually, but maybe not.
Shots fired. All right. We have a lot of Cobra Kai to discuss. I feel like the stream is going to go long. I would like to be awake for most of it. So let's start with our, I guess, wrap-up thoughts on the show, and then we are going to rank people, because what's more fun than ranking people? Only when they're fictional. When they're real people, it's not as much fun.
Says you.
Well,
Not until you try it.
just wait till we do our the show friends tier list.
What the show
Friend tier list.
All right, round one, we have PLD.
Jeff first.
I'm gonna have to campaign for tier.
Yeah, we will actually take bribes. I just want everyone to know, if any of our friends would like to bribe us to win that tier list, I'm open and willing.
Hashtag
Okay,
no
the PLD tier is going to be amazing on that one.
Yeah. They're like, well, PLD.
It's gonna be PLD Jeff Brony.
Come on, you know that like if I go on anywhere else but the PLD tier, that actually is more apt for the show. Like I shouldn't be in the PLD.
You'd be the only one not there.
Not in
Right,
the
exactly. If everybody else on that tier, and I'd be somewhere else.
In PLD, not in the PLD tier. It's the only one. We don't know how this happened.
And what's so awesome about Bethany, I remember when we did I honestly think it was like 3 years ago to the day almost, because it was right back when I was back from one of my retreats, and I was just got back from one, and we did the Schmodown character tier list, and Bethany was like, wait, aren't we like ranking our friends?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it does seem like that, but like once we actually start going, promise it'll be much more normal than you think. And that was a good show.
Them, we're ranking their characters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
John Rowe was dead last.
Yeah.
Because we all are a bunch of characters, let's be honest with you.
We're all good.
Some of us more than others, in fact.
The character he plays on TV.
Or they play a character in real life.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, all right. We should probably just talk about Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Send it to the internet.
All right.
Send it to the internet was actually that's one of the first
Here's
gifts we put into to the StreamYard, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've had that since pretty much
Probably.
the beginning of the show.
I'm gonna do rapid fire questions real quick, just to
Very
get this out to the crew here. If I'm speaking of ranking things, if you were to give the series finale a star, spoiler for the substance, 0 through 5 stars, rapid fire, what are you giving it, AJ?
Just the last episode?
Just last episode, the series finale.
Just the last episode, I'd probably say like 3.
3, okay. Mike?
I go like 4.25.
4.25, very specific. Juice?
5.
5. And
Not 4.5, despite.
That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
A little short there. A little short.
5. Yeah, 5. Definite 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
5 out
Loved
of
it.
5 stars. Fair enough. As next rapid fire question about Cobra Kai, what would you say is just go with your gut, gentlemen. What is your favorite overall season of Cobra Kai? I'm going to switch up a little bit, and I'm going to start with PLD this time.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Like if I could say part 3 of 6, then I would say that, but
Okay.
not the whole of 6.
But not the whole
Right.
season.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna say gut. I'm gonna say they all kind of blend together to me, so I might be wrong on this. I might go
Right.
change it. I think it's probably season 3. Because I go always like 2 or 3 was like the really
2 or
the
3,
peak
yeah.
time. Kind of jumped the shark. I shouldn't say jumped the shark. Kind of went a little bit long in the tooth, but then
Yeah.
it kind of really kicked itself
Away
back.
from reality a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, I will say, because we binge watched a lot of it, some of it does blur together to me. And that's not like any offense to the show, just like things blend together to me a little bit. All right, bouncing around again. AJ.
6, then 1.
6, then 1. Okay, good
Okay.
choices. Mike.
It's the OG. It's 1 for me because that's the most Johnny centric of all of it, and he's the heart and soul of the show.
Fair.
So it's definitely 1 for me. 2, not that far behind though.
Yeah. And then
I agree. Yeah. Mike basically just said what I would say. Yeah. 1, 2, obviously 2's finale, but like
2's
1
finale
is
is the best
1.
episode.
But that's the best episode. But 1 is a season. All
Is.
Johnny.
yeah, sure is very
That-
strong.
Well, not always they can Seiko.
I just thought that 2. I would say that 2 is when it became more of a show, whereas the first season was kind of still felt a little like an SNL sketch here and there. Like it was
That's
very
true.
good, but it wasn't quite like didn't feel fully formed yet. But that doesn't mean it's bad at all. I love one. Probably one is like my third favorite, if anything else. But
It's
Just
like
subtle.
the Johnny moments are
right.
like,
They're pretty classic.
The highlights are probably some of the best of the entire series for sure. But then like the second season where it really found its footing, I think, as a show.
Do agree.
Also, like, and I don't mean this as any offense to the actors on the show, who I think are all great, but like, I think season 2 was where a lot of the actors kind of found their footing with the character as acting. Like, and again, like some of these people, you know, hadn't acted in a long time, or again, a lot of the kids, like, this is their first major gig. I think certain people just like immediately slotted into like I would say, I think Peyton List, like, I think Tori's been great from the get-go, even though I hated her character when she was first introduced. But I think she was someone when she came in, just got it. I think other actors, it took them a bit to kind of like figure out their character and kind of get comfortable.
Is there something worse than resting bitch face though? Because she has like the worst part of that. Like she's like literally like that's her resting face. Is like she's like
she has like sour like sad sassy cat face, like truly like when you see a cat that like looks like they hate every human being, like that is like her resting face.
Yes, grumpy cat.
You ever like pop a warhead at a funeral?
Yes, that's what Tori's face looks like. Absolutely.
And it makes her really good in emotional scenes. Like she has a really good cry face because she already kind of has that like resting grumpy face,
right?
But she can get there quick. I'm gonna give her that one.
I see what you guys are saying, but I don't. It's funny because I created the tier list. We're gonna go through it from scratch, but I combed a lot of tier lists to try and like find the perfect one, which obviously there wasn't. But there was one, and I think it was maybe season 3 is when this was made, but it was literally like, you know, SABCD Tori. And like had Tori at the bottom, and I'm like, wow, way to be on the wrong side of history, buddy.
Seriously, Exactly. Again, she started off like a very unlikable character, but
I mean, she was unlikable, but like you got it, and she was a cool. Yeah. I don't know. I always
character. Wow, that just like, proves that like guys are allowed to be villains, but women aren't. Like you're immediately like Voldemort's cool and Bridge is a bitch, and it's like no, they're both like really compelling villains. Yeah. And the biggest villain of all actually turned out to be J.K. Rowling, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, it's Cobra Kai.
Speaking of villains, as a little preview, we're not going to be doing Wednesday this week since we're doing Monday this week. But next week we go into March, which of course is March Madness. It is bracket time. We're going to start with the villains this year.
This is my favorite time of year.
Next Wednesday we will be starting with the villains bracket. I haven't finalized the bracket yet. If you have suggestions, go to the Twitter page or to Blue Sky or comment and make a comment. Happy to listen to suggestions for who you want on the villains bracket.
And again, we don't mean like real villains in life. Our villains are
we want mustache twirling villains.
Yes, silly.
Yeah. Like the Iron Cheek, like that kind of mustache.
Baby's a hero.
No, right.
We
what in that vein?
A weird sentence. All right, are we ready to start ranking people? Also, I would just like to state, what was this? 2 years ago? A year ago? 2 seasons ago?
3 years ago, I think we did it.
We did a Cobra Kai tier list. So we are doing this with there's 73 characters on this that we're going through. We are not really going to be hung up with who's S tier, who's this. We are just ranking them from like, we like this character.
Give some anecdotes.
To we don't like this character, basically. Why we
and we're the way I put it before we went live, we're celebrating these characters. We are
celebrating
joy. It's not about the rank, it's about let's talk about the obscure character from season 3 that's in one episode that like, let's give them some spotlight. We are ranking them and it will get cutthroat at times, I'm sure. But like our focus is on celebrating.
There's very few characters I don't like, actually. Even like they might be like ranked like 70 or whatever, but like I still probably end up liking them, to be completely honest.
Agree.
There's not a whole lot I don't like.
There's one I don't.
There's one character that we all dislike, basically. Really? Even I'm okay.
And okay, I don't need to share audio for once.
Yes.
Wait, Chrome tab, window, entire screen. I'm gonna try entire screen first.
Okay.
You don't have it. You don't need porn up or
Two.
anything, do you? On other window or
No,
something. Okay, you're good.
no.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay, everyone sees it. You don't need to hear it. You don't need to hear it.
So, yeah.
Can we like zoom
Okay.
into it a little bit?
Can you,
Oh,
like,
yes,
full
yes.
screen it or whatever, maybe.
Yeah, that's much
Wait, is this? Oh yeah, this is perfect.
better. Okay.
Okay.
There
Perfect.
you go.
Perfect. We love it.
Okay, so I
And I'll-
always like to keep who's next hidden. However, everything is ranked in alphabetical order. So
We can
Well,
figure
doesn't mean you have to go in alphabetical order. You can pick a random one anytime you want. That's
Mhm.
cool about it.
Really throw us off.
Heck,
You're
where does the cursor go? Well, I don't know.
good, but I can't put the cursor past what you guys can't see.
Oh,
so
that's true.
That's
that's
true.
gonna work. So
Alphabetical order by first name or last name?
Ooh,
by last name.
By last
Just
name. Okay. I was gonna talk for that one.
I wasn't. Most of these characters did not have last names.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
They have first
I was
names.
like,
names
some
to
of
be
them-
Most-
known.
I thought it was just pawn shop owner. I thought it was Resita, convenient
I'm
clerk.
gonna be honest, some of them
worker.
I don't know their real
No,
names. I just
They
call
all
them
have
by
real
name-
names.
What I know them as.
Lyle and I forget the other guy. Anyways, as you might imagine, one of our main characters from season 1, one of the few characters that did not get a season 6 goodbye or like recap or acknowledgement, Aisha.
Great job.
Aisha, I
Great
love her so
character.
much. I'm still bitter that they wrote her off.
I'm kind of like
I love her.
I'm glad I think Aisha's role, she did what she did. She was important at the time, but I'm kind of bummed that
Yeah.
No
We never
question.
got
They
to
did
complete
mention
she
her.
never got.
They
She
did
got
mention
she
her
had that
once.
one moment a few
Yeah.
seasons later where her and Sam connected, but like to not get a season 6 ending was a little
Yeah.
bumming.
They did mention her, so I don't know. Maybe it was an actor thing. Maybe the actor wasn't available or whatever,
Yeah.
possibly. But yeah, I liked her a
You'd
lot.
hope, yeah.
Aisha.
think-
Honestly, where she is probably perfect.
I-
Yeah.
And we'll kind of like it naturally came SABCD. We can, as you
Change
all
the
know, if
names.
you've ever seen, change the name. We can add another one too.
Yeah. But yes, we love her. I would say
actually, I
it's
think I'm gonna
probably
add-
about where she belongs because I'm sad we didn't get to have more time with her.
I think it's a good starting position for her. She could go down eventually, only for longevity reasons. Honestly,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
Mhm.
She was a very good character.
100%.
feel like she was kind of like in a way a little bit of the Kenny character, kind of sort of similarities in like there. She had the part where she was like a nice kid, but then she became kind of like more darker, and then she kind of became nice. It's kind of one of those back and
Yeah.
forth.
That's fair.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And speaking of character that's tough to rank because there's nobody else to really rank against them is
Allie.
Elizabeth Shue herself,
Allie.
which we have deep affection for because of her role in Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's so that's what I was going to say is like what she did in Karate Kid obviously is more important than what she did in Cobra Kai because she's in what like 30
Right.
episodes. It's like
Yeah.
not much.
She's in, but and exactly like her presence though is
It's felt.
Brief
she
but
was-
impactful.
She was a character in the show before she actually made an appearance.
I mean, she was a big text at the end of a season thing.
She's
so
the catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the catalyst for the show in some ways.
So true.
So I wouldn't even mind starting her at A, just knowing like obviously she'll get knocked down, but like
I'm okay with that. I'm a good start.
start an A and
Maybe
like,
she gets knocked down, she gets up again.
A for Allie. Yeah,
Maybe she gets knocked up and goes down again.
down.
So like we don't have this show if
She has a
Allie wasn't the central character between Johnny and Daniel in the original movie.
Yeah, that's true.
So true.
And also my favorite, I think my favorite episode that's not like a crazy episode is like the season 2 finale is season 1, episode 9, when Johnny and Daniel are test driving the car and REO Speedwagon comes on and they go to the bar.
Yes.
And talk about Allie. That's one of the best. So good.
Yeah.
You like Speedwagon?
It's funny. Ariel
does,
Speedwagon
yeah.
seems to be the one that they would bond over because like they're like there's enough rock for Johnny occasionally, some like Roll the Chains, that kind of thing. They're definitely more of a ballad band for Danny.
Right.
Danny is definitely a ballad.
Oh,
band.
yeah.
That for sure.
100%.
So Amanda is our next character.
Amanda's
Your
got a high, I
eyesight
think.
is terrible that you thought that it was Abuela. Amanda, I've said this on the original tier list. I'm going to say it again. Again, this show can get really absurd. Like, literally, let's just break this down. Spoilers for the substance. A kid died at one of these tournaments, and all of these grown-ass men were like, we got to get these people back together. We got to finish the Saikai Taika. Like, it's ridiculous, but you go with it because suspension of disbelief. Amanda is the audience. In so many episodes, we were like, hey, this is a little crazy. Hey, this is karate. Hey, this is children. She is the voice of reason, and you need that for when the show is getting a little too absurd.
Yeah.
But
she rounds it out.
But who does she become a character of? The person she made fun of in season 1, episode 10, when they fight Topanga Karate, and the jabroni's mom is going all crazy.
Yeah.
She is doing that in season 6. So
Season
it's full
6,
circle.
yeah.
She becomes the person she made fun of because she leaves behind that whole thing.
She finally was
starts
just worn
chanting.
down by it. You know what I mean? She was like, we're never going to win. I'm never going to win this argument with my husband. Karate's going to be part of our life. I'm just going full. I'm going full into
It's
it.
awesome.
And I think that's even more her being kind of the audience surrogate. Like that's fully embracing the madness that we're at by the end. So I love Amanda LaRusso.
Yeah,
Definitely.
High A, maybe
Just
a low
right
S
here
for
for now.
Brett.
Yeah.
Truly, maybe the best LaRusso. Like, if we're being honest, she's an icon.
Yes.
Anoush.
Anoush.
Anoush. Ah.
He's tough to read.
I love that Anoush is still around.
yeah.
Like 6 seasons in, and you're like, well, Anoush still around. Like this guy, this actor was getting a paycheck, and I love that for him.
This feels like he's a producer's cousin or something.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Well,
No one can tell me otherwise.
Grounded, but he's also
Yeah.
he's an audience type character as well. Though,
Yeah.
but a lot of times he's kind of like this
Yes.
is ridiculous.
Rounds out
What's
the
going
cast.
on?
Yeah. Like
Johnny puts him in the armbar. Like
It's
goes
so
through a
nice
lot.
to see people just like working at the dealership occasionally, you know, when like there is again so much insanity and so much like mustache twirling villains. Like it's nice to just have normal people.
I think Anoush is actually perfect right where he is at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
You'll end up in CD-ish probably.
I like them there.
He might move up, might move down, but I think for the time
Yeah,
being,
I think he could. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I gain a lot of respect is when he goes back from Tom Cole back to you
Back
understand
to
when he
Daniel.
goes to Tom Cole goes back to Daniel, and then is like, wait, this isn't a sure thing.
Yeah, he stands up for himself and then he kind of goes back for it. Yeah, I'm good with that.
But
He's got to live his life, man.
all right, and then our favorite character of all time at What the Show. We've talked about how this show wouldn't be the same without this person. I think we immediately just go straight to S, and that is Anthony LaRusso.
that motherfucker needs to get moved as far away from the S tier as possible. It is everything that is wrong with parenting, with upbringing children, with everything that could be possibly wrong with the youth of America. There is Anthony LaPusso as just everything that you want to put on that poster for what you don't want to be.
Can I say
Was this actor in Mortal Kombat 2021? I'm just wondering because like that's a
Oh, I have words about that guy too.
can I say on like a serious note, I love that we love making fun of this character as I think we should because he is just the freaking worst. But I love that the creators decided to do that. Like you take your golden boy, Daniel LaRusso, and you give him like the shittiest son
Shittiest kid
imaginable.
possible.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Absolutely great. And then again, on the flip side, not to say that Robbie is like the best kid, but like he has a lot of character growth. He really turns out to be like a good person at the end of the day. And I love that like it's Johnny's kid.
Johnny's
Johnny's
kid,
kid,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
inadvertently, he didn't really even have that much to do with raising him, but his kid turns out good.
Yeah.
And Daniel, who was in Anthony's life, like I love that they did that. And I know you could say, oh, well, he has Sam and Sam's like a good person, blah, blah, whatever. But I love that his son is just like an absolute like
train wreck.
Yeah.
Train wreck of a human.
So it's pretty funny. So I was hanging out online, playing games with some friends, and Jacob Woodnaben was involved in that, and he was like, "Oh," and I'm telling him about what our plan was, and he's like, "Oh, well, you should have 2 different Anthony LaRussos to like represent the one from the first couple seasons and the one from like when the actor changes." And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I think it's the same guy. Like,
Right.
yeah, it's the same
I
person.
will advocate for high F tier for him
Who's worse?
because he owned a PS Vita.
Oh.
The PS Vita was bomb. So,
That's fair.
as a base PS Vita owner, I will
That's wild. Yeah, I don't know
advocate
any
for
of
him.
those.
Truly,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
joy we've had making fun of this kid, this fictional character,
Jabroni.
over the
That's
last
awesome.
6 seasons,
Jabroni.
makes them have a special place in my heart.
Seeing Kenny kick his ass made my heart grow.
True.
Mm.
Way to go.
I might need to get
Yeah.
checked.
And like, I did keep off. Like, I didn't add young John Kreese.
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's John Kreese. I mean, you keep into account both, but like,
Yeah.
there's no need to really. We already have 71 characters to talk about. May as well not add double versions. Anyways, people that
We gotta
that
come
do
back.
something. Armand,
Armand, that's right.
our
He was the landlord, right?
Yep, landlord. Yeah.
landlord. So like that scene specifically in the picture there is the
I'd go D. Don't have to talk about him a ton. He got
Yeah.
manipulated.
He's a landlord. Fuck him.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Right,
landlord
that-
who gave Johnny a deal at the end of the series, though.
That's
He
true.
did.
So
That is true.
Yeah.
I guess
And-
you can leave him at D for that.
He's good at
did he
he's
have-
good at what he does. He's good at what he does.
and
it was
does
a
he own a
great,
PS Vita?
This was like the first great Amanda LaRusso moment when Daniel's like, oh yeah, I brought him in. He got the rent raised, jacked at Cobra Kai. And she's like, well, doesn't that jack the rent at all the other
Yeah.
places? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's like,
So-
hello. That's douchebag of you.
Obviously, Armand in them himself.
And to answer your question, AJ, there's no
Fuck
proof
it.
he doesn't own a PS Vista.
Vita.
So Vita. Sorry, I was about to say.
So
That's true. His sons probably do.
Yeah, absolutely. Or his
All right.
bodyguard guys, or went to.
what if
Take
it was
down
like the biggest console in the Cobra Kai universe?
That just the whole area received it.
That
All
would
right,
make
so-
so much sense.
Next up, we have got a character from season 6
Okay.
that is fantastic in my mind. I don't know how high we want to put him, but he was great, especially because his name comes from a Streets of Rage reference, which was a game that I hadn't played before until earlier this year or last year when I went and played a bunch with my uncles and cousins and brother. We're talking about Axel.
Oh, Axe.
Ooh,
Talking
he's tough to rank right now.
Yeah, he's
tough.
compelling.
I'd like to see more from him. Like I feel like we didn't get to see enough of him
Yeah.
because he's clearly a pawn in
Yeah.
in the Iron Dragon.
He is.
I mean, he's kind of, in a way, what Johnny was in Karate Kid, the original
He's
Karate
exactly-
Kid.
That's exactly what he was.
Yeah.
That's a good
Because
comparison.
you
Now that I
can
say
tell
that, I
he's
think
not
it
that
might
kid.
be a Beverly Hills Cop reference, not a Streets of Rage reference.
Does he look more like Axel from Streets of Rage?
Well,
Or more
yes.
like
I
Then
could see
yes.
Axl Rose wearing that bandana, maybe.
I think it's just all of them. I love it.
Great
He's epic,
character. I will say, of all the teenagers, which again, obviously
my
most
goodness.
of these teenagers are not teenagers remotely. He looked the oldest. Like when he was, and I understand he was supposed to look big and bad, but when he was competing, I was just like, it looks like they let a 30-year-old into a competition.
Yes,
This is Jokic.
but as someone that works in youth ministry, there are some students that legitimately look like Green Bay Packer linemen. Like there's a kid that was with us, and we're on a big retreat, and someone comes up to us and was like, who is that line? Like literally, who is that lineman for the Green Bay Packers?
Points off for using the Green Bay Packers. Like
they're senior in high school. Well, and we're in Wisconsin, but
he's good. He's big enough. He looks like he can play for a good football team.
That guy is,
like a winning record.
One of those people that has one of those faces. I can't hold that against him, I guess.
So getting to Axel, I think I put him at maybe just in front of a Noosh, just because we didn't get enough time with him.
Yeah.
I was in front of Aisha myself. I liked him better than Aisha overall.
I think we could, I
might
think
be recency bias, but
true.
But
I think he deserves to be ahead of Noosh.
I like Aisha a little more than Axel, but they're probably going to be close to each other in the long run.
Yeah. I think we keep him. Yeah, actually,
I'm okay with that. I'm just personally, I would put him above, but I'm completely fine with that. There,
I would a little bit, but
I go slightly.
I think this is a good. Yeah, I think this is a good spot.
I'm going to choose my battles wisely.
Step aside real quick, guys.
I don't think you want to. Can you wait? One.
Okay. One. Yep.
Okay. Just because I know you're adamant about this guy.
Oh,
Bert, S tier. S tier. I love Bert. Bert's the man.
Argument as to why, AJ. I'd love to know.
Have you seen him? He's the master. He's the real Karate Kid.
I don't know if I can go that far.
I do love this guy. I have a real soft spot for him. I would put him honestly ranking, I would honestly put him above Aisha. Have so many comedic moments with him. They grow the character. He has so much comedic relief. He's also somebody who's kind of a foil to the insanity that the show becomes. I love Bert. It's always gonna be one of my favorite characters.
There is something
at the bottom of A. Just keep it at the bottom of A, and
I think you got to put them together though at some point. Whatever the other.
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely. Last time, if you don't remember, we had the bitch sandwich. If we don't have that again.
Bitch sandwich, I love it.
Bert's the man.
That's good. I didn't remember his name until you said it, but I do like it.
Yes,
and that kid's named Bert. Come on, that's excellent.
Was their kid's name Ernie?
Ernie Plus?
The other kid, no, Nathaniel. Actually, I had I sent this to Jacob Whitnaben to be like, oh, here, I completed the thing, and he actually noticed I accidentally left Bert's friend Nathaniel off. He caught it and was like, oh, you're missing, which I had him on my original.
Did he say by name Nathaniel? Because I'm going to be impressed by that, honestly.
Or did he just say, I don't think he did.
Shenanigans. I saw Moose versus Whitnaben and also Swift versus Whitnaben.
I don't think Whitnaben remembered that his name was Nathaniel.
Whoa. He said also, I think, he originally wanted me to add Mr. Miyagi, which I said, I don't think.
If CGI Miyagi was on this,
I know. I'm with the CGI, I was like,
it was a good emotional moment, even if this.
I'm it's too much. It
was very uncanny valley. It kind of took you out of it.
I love the first version, just the first time we saw CGI Miyagi in the dream, the one battle was really one close up. That was good. Yeah. The battle, they could have got easily with just showing the back of his head.
Yes,
right.
I agree.
It didn't. Right. So he said. So Jacob said, also, I think you forgot to include Nate, the other small kid with Bert.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, he called him by name. I'm impressed.
And I'm not gonna lie, Nathaniel looks like his younger brother, Ethan. And I literally said, how could I forget Ethan? Because they're Asian.
So that might be
which that might be racist on my part. But
all right. Is
knows?
this one AJ can step out for?
Yep, just briefly.
Okay. What do we have
Yep.
next?
All right, now we got Pastor Bobby.
Pastor Bob.
Oh, I have a soft
Bobby.
spot for Pastor Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is a great job.
I
Like
like
he is
Pastor
a
Bobby.
great.
Talk about people who bring the show back to reality a little
Yeah.
bit. He was very good, especially with Johnny getting him back to where he needed to be.
And I
I
would
agree.
definitely put him above Anoush.
A pastor who knocked out Johnny, like drunken Johnny, in his church is great. And then he has a great comeback
Yeah.
season at the end of season 6. He comes in and he,
Yeah.
I think
kinda
there's
helps
Help them with the
there's
wedding.
definitely-
Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
I put him
He
in,
is-
A tier, honestly. He'll be low A tier for me, but I would put him above Aisha.
He's gonna fall down because of how many people we have to come. but
100%.
He'll
Yeah.
fall down, but I'm fine with him here for now.
I want to
He's a
give
great
him
character.
flowers.
Pastor Bobby
Yeah.
for sure.
Like, I don't know if the actor's
He's
ever been in
awesome.
anything since Karate Kid until this, but he has not lost a step, if that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, again,
Yeah,
very great comedic
Yeah.
timing. And I'm not sure. Maybe he's been doing a lot of great character work, but I've only seen him in this and the Karate Kid. So I'm going to give him
I haven't
kudos.
rewatched Karate Kid, but from what I've gathered in these past couple weeks with like looking up the different ins and outs of the Cobra Kai characters that have appeared, like I think he's a pretty like good guy, even in Karate Kid.
Well, see, what,
Like,
I always kind of lost track of who they were in Karate Kid.
Right.
Sometimes the Cobra Kai did tend to like,
Yeah.
blend together.
Right.
Outside of Johnny, there was the one who maybe he was the one that kind of felt like he was trying to instill reason upon them. On them, that might have been him in a way. Could have been him because he wasn't the
I
one. That
think
was,
it was.
He wasn't,
I think
egging, he wasn't egging Johnny on at all. Like
no,
uh,
yeah, because it was Dutch.
Dutch.
Dutch was really bad, and Dutch is the guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I never looked up what
Yeah,
happened to
he's
him.
no longer with us. May he
Yeah.
rest in peace.
Dutch, yeah, the actor Chadwick
Tommy-
passed away.
And then Tommy had his, put him in a body bag at his final moment.
Right.
Um,
I guess he was. They had a scene written for Dutch, but it didn't like the opening sequence where Johnny goes and visits his mom's grave. The cemetery, right? The end of the final episode is originally supposed to be he was going to be visiting Dutch in jail, and they're going to have this like scene there, and Dutch would be like, "No, we don't change. We're whatever." And it's going to flashback later on to Dutch and some like fellow inmates watching Johnny's fight and cheering Johnny on at the end, kind of thing. It was like a kind of cool. It would have been a cool
would've
thing,
been
I guess,
cool.
in a way.
yeah,
But unfortunately, he passed away. Unfortunately, so it didn't come to
yeah. But no, I love Pastor Bobby, and I love I said it 3 years ago, I'm sure, but like I just love that he's a pastor and being like a Protestant Christian. Always that like pastor priest that like Johnny keeps calling him a priest, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm a priest, I'm a pastor. Like I love that little detail that Cobra Kai brought that like people like me like really appreciate.
and they didn't, and they made him a good character. Like a lot of times, you can
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
pastor, the priest, they can make him
make him a joke. Yeah,
joking over.
It wasn't
He was
his
just
defining trait.
legit.
Like his profession didn't define him.
Right.
right.
It was
Yeah.
obviously part of him, but it wasn't what made you one way or the other. Wasn't what
Yeah.
defined him.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So now being the ultimate, what I uploaded as the ultimate when this was originally going to be a supporting character tier list, I uploaded an image of one Mr. Brooks, I think Brooks, as our, because that guy is just, that's jabroni.
That's a jabroni effect.
That's jabroni in the
That's
flesh.
the realty guy, right? That's the realty guy. Is that who that is?
No, this is Kyler's buddy.
Kyler's
Right.
buddy.
Oh,
First
that guy.
episode.
He's still a pusso.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
very, he is a jabroni.
Hey,
Right up
real.
there.
And then
He's under Armand as far
he's
as
the
I'm
other
concerned.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Put him down.
I actually got humor out of Armand more. Like he had a little more. Of
Yeah,
Yeah.
Armand at least had his moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooksy can go. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
He's a jabroni. We're gonna need a jabroni tier eventually.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He'll be there when we do. I forget his name, but he came under Captain. So I don't have any other like flashback
Oh, right.
characters, but I did
Guy who I thought was Anthony. I could have sworn was Anthony Michael Hall.
at least put in the at least put in the captain from John's. This guy created John Kreese.
Yeah.
guy.
So
This is true. He did for
was a
better or
student of
worse.
Master Kim.
Those were some of the less interesting parts. Like those scenes are among the times where I'm like, the show slowed down to a point that, like, not saying that it was necessary to establish, especially with Kreese and Silver, but it slowed the show down.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I don't think I don't think it had as much run time as you remember. Because when I rewatched, it was honestly very quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you rewatched it, you would be like, "Oh wow, I forgot how like quickly." I remember having that thought too. That like, oh, like here we go, flashbacks. But still, I mean, I don't think we need to rank him high. I mean, I think he's still. Honestly, I think where he is right now is probably.
You can stay right there. Move on.
I put him above the guy that Rock's kid.
Above Kylo Ren.
Come on, he's
Yeah.
at least this guy's a jabroni.
Yeah.
We need a jabroni.
But did he create John Kreese?
Right. He's a jabroni who
No.
actually gave us something important. Brock's gave us nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
Other than a good jabroni character.
Yeah.
We have Carmen.
Carmen. I love Carmen. Cully. Where would we put Carmen? I
Starts as
think he
Miguel's
deserves-
mom, turns to Johnny's girlfriend,
Yeah.
turns
She's
into
right around Pastor Bob, I'd say.
Yeah, I would put her up there.
Yeah.
For sure. We love Carmen.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Probably right.
That's fair.
like AJ. Do you have any hot
Yeah,
takes?
I think
before
we got it right. It's so hard when all these characters, like, we love them so much.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for not moving her ahead of Bert, though, because that's the main.
We would never deserve.
I thought about putting Pastor Bob ahead of Bert, and I went, not a deference to AJ. I won't do
No,
it.
no,
It's all about compromise.
I would rage quit.
Speaking of people that many of us would probably rage quit over if they weren't rated accurately, I do have to go to the bathroom very bad, so I'm going to drop this character, which you guys are going to do enough talking for.
Well, vamp. Yeah.
So I'm going to mute my mic, drop the mic.
And then drop the mic. I think I saw a sneak peek of who it is, and he deserves.
And then
He
that is
deserves
going all
it.
the way
Chosen.
to the top.
Chosen is truly who I would like
So-
a spinoff of the most of any character.
I went to the old tier list, and every single one of you yelled at me because I said to put him in the S tier right away, and everyone was like, "No, you gotta wait. We gotta see which way he went." I was right. I called that one 100%.
And you were right. We did wait, and we are right.
Yeah,
You are.
we smartly waited to make a full judgment, and we have now that we've waited, have decided that he's maybe just. Oh my god!
You want to talk about maximizing screen time? I think if you're talking bang for buck, because he does, in the grand scheme of things, he's a semi-regular character. Anytime Chosen is on screen, you have the full attention. Like, you are fully paying attention. You're not looking at your phone. You're not paying attention. Chosen's there. You're watching it with glazed eyes on it.
My favorite comeback character from the original series, for sure. Like,
well, yeah, because when you introduce him, when you get reintroduced to him, you're expecting more of this like fight between Danny and Chosen again, obviously. But then like Chosen just that turn, that like face turn he does, you're like, oh, this is where we're going with this guy. And then I will say, we're talking to great friend of the show, Jeff Ultratini, and he said it best about season 6 is that Chosen doesn't even really have an arc anymore.
No.
He's just kind of there, but you don't care. Like
Yeah,
you just want him there just to be there.
Like,
100%.
I think we all thought that they were going to do something with him like they did with Mike Barnes, where it's like, oh, you'll show up, you'll do a little thing, you're gone.
And
And then, but he's exactly what his character is, where he just showed up and then like
never
literally
left.
just lives there.
Yeah.
And if everyone else, he is the one that had nothing to do with Cobra Kai in any parts of it.
Yeah.
In the original character wise. I love it.
So good.
Yeah.
Such a fun character and so well performed.
Yes, he's so great.
And when he starts binging Storage Wars, he's a little bit of my spirit animal there, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So much.
He's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
I want him in the next. I want him in the
Bullshit.
next season of White Lotus as Chosen. I want that actor as Chosen in the next
That's
season.
how it always, yeah.
That dude is going to start cleaning up at Comic-Con.
Oh my god, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I was like, if they don't
Oh,
find a way to work him into the next Karate Kid movie, I want a refund right now.
They better.
Chosen for life.
I had something I wanted to say about this. Shoot, I can't remember. One thing that did come to mind. I have a lot of Asian friends, and that's why if you hear me doing an Asian accent, I have their permission. Okay.
Fair,
Show me the
yeah.
card. Show me the card.
Okay. They might only be 50%, but they still give me permission. Anyways, we got Chris.
Chris.
Chris is
He's
Chris.
there.
Pass him out.
yeah, he's there.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's
So
good
so
for just being there.
he okay. So he's the first. He's one of the first to disband Cobra Kai, join Miyagi,
Yeah.
and they have a tough time. Him and Dimitri with that rock. And then those guys, him and Mitch, like him and Penis Breath, like it seems like they have a lot, like their characters are really working towards something, and then they just kind of like just turn into background characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they never really
Probably correct right now.
Right where he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good with him there.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, we don't have to go too hard on him.
All right. Just wanted to throw in one of like the loser teachers. I think
That's a jabroni.
counselor. She's in Sika. She's counselor.
Yes.
Counselor something.
That's a jabroni.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think the D tier is going to become the Jabroni tier.
Yeah.
I mean, she did her job. She was annoying, but that's about as much as I can give her.
And then we got Cruz, one of the guys that Robbie,
And Juvie. Yeah.
Juvie guy.
the Robbie
Yeah.
guy.
Gosh.
Well, one of the, I
I-
mean, he was one of the tech guys that like, he was one of the original Robbie, him and the other guy were the jabronis. And then
Oh, and they're
He went
little,
to-
like, little
he went to
group of friends.
jail. And then
Yeah.
that shot
Yeah,
is
he's a
from
jabroni.
Daniel. And
Jabroni
yeah, they're
tier.
jabroni.
Yeah,
I go,
jabronis.
Jabroni tier is unlimited. By the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't teach her,
And
but
Jabronis, you wanna
they're
play?
they're in the same kind of like classification of two of like Disney Channel original series kind of actor.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah.
Just need-
All right, we got a big one. I'm about to pull a big one.
Oh, are we to the letter E?
No, we're at D.
Big
one. Daniel
Daniel
LaRusso.
LaRusso. Listen. I'm gonna say something right now. Great character. Obviously, he is the OG Karate Kid. I would have maybe put him like A tier, if we were doing this earlier. But after the last 2 episodes, after he told Johnny Lawrence not to be a pussy, fucking S tier for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think so.
He is
I think-
S
I
tier
think
for
he's
that.
going to be the cusp. Like, are you better than Daniel Russo? Is how you get into the S tier.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
he's like the final boss to get into the A tier to get into the S tier.
Right.
I will also say that, like,
Really an
just
iconic
Ralph
moment.
Macchio side of things here, he had a very unenviable task because he was the main guy of the Karate Kid. He was the Karate Kid, and he had to go into the series knowing that the whole premise was to make him look like a schmuck compared to Johnny. That Johnny was going to be the cool one, and he had to be the non-cool one. And he never seems like he ever like revolted against that, and like
Yeah.
he play along with
Yeah.
it. He went along with. He knew his role. At the end, he's like, and he had the whole thing with Johnny that tells him not to be a pussy, and he's like, "You are right, Laura." It's like he knew his role, didn't blanch against it. And I got to give him props
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
The Rocky
100%.
speech.
The Rocky
Yeah, the
speech,
Rocky
yeah,
speech.
absolutely.
I love that, like, obviously there's Rocky influences all over the show, but I love that they never fully embraced Rocky. Like, they never fully did Rocky until the end.
Until the end,
Very
yeah.
Now,
I will say also,
now
speaking
we
of like
do Rocky.
WWE style moments, Daniel actually had one of the best, and that's when Reese was kicking Johnny's ass at the end of season, whatever was it, 3, 4? I don't remember which season it was. In
Three,
Johnny's
yeah,
studio
three.
after
Yeah,
the
three.
big house brawl, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden Daniel shows up and like
Hits
takes
him.
out Reese. Is like, "You want to fight? Now you got one." I was like, "All right, that's pretty
Yeah.
badass."
I just rewatched
Um,
Three Ninjas, and they basically pulled the same thing, like that. Hit him in the because I was like, logically, I finished Cobra Kai. The only thing I can watch now is Three Ninjas.
Three Ninjas, of course.
I love that for you.
Last thing, only thing, want to continue on Daniel LaRusso before we move on. My Asian friends, Jacob Whitnaven, and
What?
their dad. Okay,
Wait,
he's the
wait,
Asian
wait.
friend, I'm sorry. Hang on. His dad. I've told
There
him
were two
before,
commas there.
His
And
dad-
it's like
his dad, Ray Whitnaven, who's a legend, grew up in New York, knew Ralph Macchio back in the New York days. Legend. I worked for him for a bit, and he's like, yeah, I knew Ralph Macchio. I went over to his house all the time with my cousin. I'm like, I believe you. Like, I don't believe you. It's probably made up, but like, I fully believe you. Anyways, we have Daryl, the announcer.
Oh, Daryl's awesome.
Daryl's pretty awesome. He is pretty awesome. I gotta give him credit.
Badass name for a dojo. All right, I'm not doing that. Act like
I honestly would put him like.
Making the case for Billy
remember when he was like, "My heart goes out to you."
What? I don't remember that. Can you show me about that? Chase?
Whoa, above Aisha.
He's fantastic.
I'm gonna go with Mike. I gotta decide with Mike on
All
that
right, all right. I'm majority rules, I
Yeah.
guess.
one. Small role, but every time he was on screen, he hit.
He does make the most
Yeah.
of it. You're right. That's
And
fair.
that's not a knock against Aisha either. Like,
No.
I think that this could be very well with the two of them and back to back. But every time, what PLD just said, every time he's there, it's like, yes, he's back. You know?
Yeah, he's back. And he's so heartbroken that he doesn't get to announce the Saikai Taika. And then he finally gets the mic at the end. And I had to pull. He was not when I scoured through like fandom's like pages of all the Cobra Kai characters. He was not there. I had to like go get him.
Oh wow!
Really?
It's like,
It was crazy. And speaking of characters that I had to go get, which I didn't think of until later, so I landed at 69 characters. And I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
Not.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Jacob
How many more
reminded me of Nate, which was 71, but the character 70 is another person named Daryl that I didn't think of at first, but then thinking about him more, I'm like, you know what? This guy's actually great, and it's the ref from season 6, part 5.
Ah.
He's fun.
Because and researching,
He's
he
in
is
the first
actually referenced in Cobra Kai all the time by Johnny being like, when he's with the bros being like, hey, you beat him in the fight. Like that was awesome. I forget his last name.
I'm
Right, I know what you
Look
mean.
him
I'm
Yeah.
thinking he goes into the C tier at the
Yeah.
bottom now because he's not a jabroni because he was a fun character.
He's
Right,
not a
right.
jabroni. Definitely not a jabroni.
I
He
think
just
that's
didn't have
fair.
enough. He just didn't have enough
It
time.
wasn't
to
gonna
get
be-
He's
it
a
out.
he is a legend in Cobra Kai though.
I will say between this character and one we're going to do later on, I felt like, okay, so when are we going to get like janitor number 2 from Karate Kid 3 to make it like a reappearance? Like it just seemed like it was like everybody's making an appearance, no matter how small. It's like,
Vidal. Vidal is his last
no.
name. So Vidal, from what I saw today when I was researching, it was like, oh, remember when you beat Vidal in the semifinals? Like
Right.
that's how Johnny's like. So this guy's a legend in Cobra Kai. So
He is a legend.
and he comes back and I rewatched the other night the last episode and I just love when he goes to Wolf and he's like, I want a clean fight, like
Yeah.
no weird moves, clean
Yeah.
fight.
Fuck
And
yeah.
his call was right when him and even though Axel broke Robbie's leg or whatever, like his call that they both got tangled and ended up going on the mat, that it was not necessarily a bad call as much as we wanted, the call to go Cobra Kai's way. You understood the call and he stood by it. He
Understood
was
the
not
call.
swayed. Not swayed by plot armor.
So another major character, we've got Dimitri.
Listen. I will not hear a negative word about this man. S tier, end of story, end of story. I love him so much.
I feel like he's the new LaRusso line now.
He might be the new LaRusso line. I think actually I agree with that.
Like the game.
But I would not put him above Daniel, but I could see
I'm
the
fair
S2.
with
But
that.
he's
For
up
now.
They
there.
have so
He might
many
get knocked
great-
down. He might get knocked down. But I like
liked him better in earlier seasons than the later ones.
I
will say.
agree with
Right.
that. I agree
Yeah.
with that. I do think
Kind of
he-
became a dick for a while.
yeah, he didn't have some of his best moments in the earlier half of the season.
I was,
But I have nothing but love for Dimitri. That has never changed. I went to bat for him the first time we were ranking these characters. I will always go to bat for him. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The time that they were all at the drive-in and he was just excited. Everyone else was like ready to go fisticuffs. And he's like, they have both the Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb at the concession stand. I was like, this is my favorite character.
All right, that's
This
fair.
is my
That's
favorite
fair.
character. I love this man. He is
awesome.
fantastic. I love that he's just a little nerd. I also love, I'm just going to have a little moment here about, even though I didn't love every moment of the Hawk Dimitri storyline this season, I love that platonic love was taken just as seriously as romantic love. I think that's very important, especially at the age group that they were at, that
Definitely.
I think that friendships are just as important. And again, going away to college without your friend and this, that, and the other thing, and especially the relationship that they had. And I love any time that media gives equal weight to platonic relationships as it does romantic relationships. So thank you, Cobra Kai, for that.
S tier.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I like that.
Sensei tier.
Sensei tier.
I like that. Nice.
Hey.
Speaking of,
Nice so far.
There's going to be another.
Yes.
I'm gonna add you to the dictionary.
Oh, cool.
Sensei is now part of the dictionary.
Nice.
Speaking of unexpected additions from past movies to season 6, we got that guy.
Yeah, the guy.
Oh, yeah.
We got that guy.
Shit,
Listen,
where
do we have to have LaRusso as the lowest? Do we have to have Anthony LaRusso as the lowest?
No,
have to.
probably, but no.
He belongs with Anthony LaPusso.
He should
Yeah.
be down there with Lapusso. Yeah.
Straight in the basement. Like,
Yeah, he was kind of lackluster. He did nothing.
Yeah. He's not doing it for me.
You
I'm
did
sorry.
nothing for the show, and you belong in the LaPusso tier.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing else
fair.
was said.
He
Yeah,
could
I
have been
got that.
cool.
it's
But
like,
even
Oh,
Anthony
I wish
had like
he had
a
it.
moment. Or
Yeah,
something.
occasionally he has
yeah,
moments.
he was a good egg.
Yeah.
You shut your
He
mouth.
shit his pants at the end there for
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, that guy would never shit his pants for friendship. Just saying.
No, he wouldn't.
And the
It's
fact
like
is, like, the guy, you needed the flashback when they should like introduce him, and all of a sudden they had a flashback. Oh, that's that guy. I don't even
Mhm.
remember that guy. Even in Karate Kid 3, I
Right,
don't remember
exactly,
that guy.
Yeah, if you want to put him at the very bottom, I'm okay with it.
That guy.
That
What's a
guy.
bummer is I don't have any of the characters from like season 5, like the Cobra Kai senseis that were cool, but
Mm.
like insignificant enough to not like
You never knew their name.
yeah, you don't know their names. They don't have like there's that one guy with the eye patch that was really
Yeah.
cool, but like he didn't even show up in any of the lists I was trying to form, and Johnny beat them all. So Devin Lee. I like Devin a lot.
Devin. Yeah, Stefan's a good, compelling character. I would say I
Somewhere
would
in
put
A, somewhere in
her. I'd put her in A for sure.
Yeah,
A.
that's a good spot for her right there, actually. Well, maybe below Carmen, maybe.
I would go
Yeah,
Below
good little
Carmen.
Carmen. I agree with Paul on this one.
Yeah, I feel like she's good there.
I feel like she got a little bit. There's like a little bit unfinished business with her. A little bit. I kind of feel like some of the characters got a little short. Not short. I shouldn't say short shrifted, but like her kind of role just kind of ended because
Yes.
they needed to finish other stories.
She didn't get a
Yeah.
she didn't get resolution.
Right. There's no real
Yeah,
resolution.
fair.
I mean, her resolution was
Yeah.
admitting that she lied or that she
yeah.
gave lies. That was it. But like, I feel like there was more to tell. Maybe she'll be a spin-off type thing or something.
True.
Her and Kenny get a spin-off together or something to finish their stuff.
All right. So speaking of not speaking of anything. So speaking of something I mentioned before, that's what I meant to say. This is Edwin, one of the guys who's always there, and he has 0 lines. He is always there. And when it went from 70 from 69 to 70. I thought about cutting Edwin, and I was like, you know what? I want to keep Edwin because he's always there. He doesn't say anything. He never does anything, but he's always there. Season 2 to season 6.
That's a
He's
jabroni.
always at the dojo.
I don't even remember him.
From Cobra Kai to
He's at the
Miyagi-Do, he's always there. And he's just always in the background. He has no line.
Is he Miyagi-Do? I don't know. I don't remember him at all.
No, he starts Cobra Kai. He joins Miyagi-Do, I think with
Is he ever Eagle Fang?
I think he's Eagle Fang.
Okay,
I think
Eagle
he's
Fang
all of
puts
them.
him
I think he
ahead of
literally
me.
is all of them.
Jabroni.
We don't need, I mean, he's like a D-list
Yeah.
character, but
Yeah.
like, I want to like,
Wait a
when
minute,
we talk about
Still better than Counselor, yeah.
Showing up.
I want to like acknowledge the
Victoria.
characters that, yeah. Like, I think this is where he belongs, but
That's
like,
a good spot right there.
Yeah, we love that for
Jabroni.
him.
we're going to talk about Edwin. Now, talking about epic characters
Oh boy.
that are just absolutely epic, and there's nothing other than epic to describe them. We have guys like
Gunther.
Oh,
Gunther.
I love Gunther. I like Gunther.
Yes.
You really
Yes.
like Gunther too.
just,
I go
Yes,
Gunther's A tier for me. To be honest. I
yeah,
love
easily.
Gunther.
He's pretty great.
Like if we had more time with him,
Upward?
he could have made S tier eventually. I think. If he
I
had
think
time.
like that's an actor who got the script, saw this, and he says, "I'm in." Like he just
Yeah.
he might not have even had to have read it. He's just like,
I-
"I'm in."
I never looked it up. Like,
guy.
I almost feel like he
Honestly,
almost read like he was an actual like martial art champion or something at some point.
Yeah.
And, like, got
Probably
into
was.
It. It makes sense to me, but I mean,
That guy
his
rules.
he does
Really, just
rule.
for the oomph he put into pronouncing
It's like,
Saikai
"Guy!"
every time.
That guy.
I gotta give it to
I
him.
So
love
epic.
him. He
He
Do
got
we have
the best
And
edition of season 6, I think.
do we have
overall.
opposition to him?
I think
Here.
right there is perfect for him. To be honest with you, I think his heights are like, yeah, gotta go there.
I love when he came in and we were like, yeah, over mainstay characters. what a
Absolutely.
legend, though, he is, truly.
He was great.
He knew his role and went with it.
I think he's probably just like his agent's just like, hey, somebody asked for a Gunther, and he's like,
He's like me.
sold.
Yep.
They're
you
like,
got it.
how can you?
Say
Do you
less.
think his audition was just him saying Saikai Taikai? And they're sold? Put him in.
That's like gonna be ingrained in my brain for the rest of my life.
Forever, yeah. That guy rules.
Epic. Speaking of people that fly over the competition, we're talking about Hawk.
right, so I needed to bring Hawk up because the last time we did a tier list, he was number 2 overall.
Which is
Right.
wild.
wow.
He
That's
is
really wild. We really have strong feelings about Hawk, apparently. Unfortunately,
Well, they-
since
Go
we
ahead.
last did this, his character was sidelined a little bit.
it was
He went like when after he won the tournament, like it was like pretty much nothing else for him.
Yeah.
He's a Dragon Ball character.
I put him
But
under
like
Alley.
the last season was Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z. So like it's hard because like
yeah.
if you just like go through the first like 4 or 5 seasons, he is one of the best characters. But that last
100%.
season is
Falls off a cliff.
So,
Yeah.
bad.
so
He's
much.
definitely above a Dimitri. He's
Yeah.
definitely
Oh,
above-
100%. He is
Overall, I
definitely-
think he Binary Bros got to stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bethany? As the big
Yeah,
Dimitri fan?
I think. Well, y'all know I will always pick Dimitri first, but I think that you can't separate them. If you're gonna put
Yeah.
Dimitri in S tier, I think you have to put Hawk in S tier. I
Yeah.
do think they kind of go hand in hand. I agree. I think he was a much more compelling character in earlier seasons. I don't know why they kind of sidelined him because I think the actor is great.
He's a champion.
And I think that
Yeah,
he
an All Valley
again
champ.
had so much compelling stuff. I don't know if it was just like as we were winding down, we were like, shoot, we gotta do a really good send up for this character, that he just kind of got sidelined.
I think, like I said,
Um,
like actually when I mentioned, I think once he won the tournament, that was like
Yeah.
his big moment. Where else does he go from there?
Right.
Yeah.
And Kenny
Because
injures him.
yeah.
Right, and it's kind of like nothing else really do.
when he won the tournament, you're all like, everyone's like, yeah, he
Oh,
doesn't
shit.
deserve that.
Right,
We know the other fighters are better, but like,
right.
okay,
But you're
But
happy for
also
him.
that's
So
you're happy for
that's
him.
the best tournament fight of the series for me.
Yeah, he could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hawk. I will say, going over. Obviously, I just feel like there's a lot of recency bias because of what we all just watched. But if we are going over the entire, even though I'm a little bit let down over his overall arc and his little bit of sidelining, I do still think he's a strong, compelling character. So I would put him
overall. He's still.
If you're talking 1 through 4, you know, he's probably a top 5 most important character. At this point, there's going to be, like, we still have several of the students to come. I don't know that he's top 7 of the kids, honestly.
Certain students got, I think, more well-rounded, compelling stories.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
In the end.
So, speaking of people that have absolutely no effect on anything other than one literal instance, we're talking about.
Juice, I'm living for these segues.
Thank you.
They are
Miguel's dad, Hector.
Oh, Hector.
Honestly,
that dude.
Okay, all right. Little story on this. So, when I was rewatching the show, I kid you not, I kept watching this episode a little too late at night when I maybe had like one or two few too many, and I ended up watching the scene with Hector like 4 times because I was like, all right, I don't remember exactly, like fully exactly what happened because I keep watching this late at night when I don't really remember. I'm falling asleep. And I watched the scene with Hector and Miguel like 6 times. That's an exaggeration. It was like 3 times. But like the scene with Hector, and it was the only time in this rewatch of Cobra Kai where I like did something like this. But like this guy is like ingrained in my brain as being like, your mother sucks. She's a whore. It's like, whoa, dude.
Whoa,
what the
sir.
heck?
Don't know
And
why
it's
go
like,
hard
gosh,
like
what the
that.
heck? This is his mom. And it's like, God. So
It's well written.
for
but
me,
I hate
it's
him.
very well written.
He's charming in the worst way.
Horrible. Yeah.
Listen, I just am a big believer of don't have kids if you don't want kids. And I feel like he falls in that definition.
Yeah,
of
he's in the bottom tier.
someone who had kids when they clearly did not want kids. And I just think that you're a crappy person,
Horrible.
fictional or otherwise, if you don't take care of your children.
I would also say that as far as this character goes, like it feels like this part of the show was one of those times it was definitely veering way off track.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it got very slow. And we're like, what are we doing? Wasting our time in south of the border
Yeah.
with this guy. Like this is not gonna. It doesn't go anywhere really. Kind of like
No.
by the time it's over, it's like
Like when you're talking about Miguel's hardships and stuff, when they're doing the montage, they don't mention his fucking
Yeah,
dad.
they don't do
Right.
it.
They don't even mention Mexico.
Only good thing about the Mexico storyline, honestly, was the Robbie Johnny stuff. I personally think, like, I liked that father-son relationship, and when Miguel's like reunited with them, but his stuff with his dad is just not like something I recall.
Tough. I don't know. It's tough.
personally.
Yeah. I recall it a little too much because I watched it 7 times within 3 days. But
And this guy,
I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it.
Your dad, it's
The
terrible.
more we bring this up, Juice is just gonna be like, and then I watched it like 14 times.
It was that that perfect like point of the weekend. All right. So speaking of characters that we literally have zero memory of that had a role in the past that were like, wait a second, you're in this show? And that would be the weird girl from Karate Kid 3.
oh yeah, Karate Kid. His girlfriend,
Which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a small bit.
Very small bit.
She was there with the
Small bit.
bonsai trees.
But she is very important to getting Amanda back onto the track of this Terry Silver guy is legit and you need to.
What I'm going to say about
fight this
her
guy.
is that much like her role in Karate Kid 3, she paled in comparison as a Ali replacement, basically.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think she goes to the top of D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top of
I'm
D?
okay.
The top of D, I think. Because she
Really?
Above Edwin. Edwin's never had a line.
Okay,
Yeah.
above that one. Not above Brooks or Brunks, whatever. We need it.
Whatever.
I want this guy top of D. Can I?
I will-
form
I will-
executive
I will
move
do
and
that.
say, Can I have him top of D, please?
Absolutely.
We'll give you that, dude.
Absolutely.
Top jabroni.
Yeah.
Look
Can
at
we do
him.
this? How about this?
Yes.
How about this?
I'm good with that.
He's literally a jobber.
I'm good
Are
with
we
that.
all okay with this?
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I
All
like
right,
it.
move on.
I still have like 40 characters to discuss. Jesus.
We're
Christ.
going. All right. Jimmy, I think, or something. One of the Cobra Kai guys.
Jimmy or something. Wait, which one is this?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
jabroni. Yeah, he's fine there.
Josh,
Yeah.
love it. Next.
John Kreese.
Oh,
Now we're getting to
Has
the
to
J.
be yes.
Yeah.
has to be yes. S.
I put him
Oh, yeah.
like right now just above Daniel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kreese.
He went out like a gangster.
Yeah.
What a
Did it.
gangster move. Like it
Fought a good fight.
The
Finished the
second
race.
that
Yeah.
he was set up, you knew it was going to happen, but it was perfect.
And
I
there's
love.
His retribution
love-
was so well done because like you almost expected another cross at some point because you weren't sure that's what he always did. But like when he doesn't do it, it became so much more powerful that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And that scene with Johnny, like
yeah, I was
No,
gonna
like,
say
I
the
mean,
scene with Johnny this season.
once that happened,
So
Great.
good. I've rewatched that like 15 times.
Martin,
It's so good.
Martin
And-
Cove, like
so earned. Felt so earned.
Yes.
what a performance! Like the whole series.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There are things he's doing that are over the top and ridiculous, but he's so convicted in everything that he did. Easily, I think top 5 characters in terms of importance to the show.
And
Oh.
I'm truly happy. Speaking, kind of bouncing off what you said, PLD, about it feeling really earned. I'm really happy that they waited until the last few episodes of season 6 for them to have that conversation. Like that's something
100%.
that has been brewing and brewing and brewing, and it meant so much more, and the payoff was so much better. That like that was his kind of swan song, and then he literally goes and obviously.
He also
So good,
saves
so
Johnny.
good.
Right. So I will say, I mean, I think again, one of the most iconic villains, obviously, of the Cobra Kai universe, and I think truly a great kind of ending to his story from all the way back to Karate Kid to the ending of the season.
And he's one of the ones we learned like so much more about him than we
Yes.
ever would have thought to have learned after Karate Kid 3.
Yeah.
One thing about it, I just need to make this note about his death scene. The fact that they had Chekhov's gas can next to Chekhov's oxygen tanks.
Yep.
Perfect placement. Like that's cinema.
And man, I gotta say that whole bombing, like, what a like cartoonish but like over the top way to
Yeah.
build them both off, and yet it made so much sense for the show. And the fact that we don't hear about them again either. We don't like it's like okay, they're done now. We're good.
Somebody asked where Silver's at, and that's it. Like they don't even
Yeah.
think, oh, where the
You don't see it.
So
it's
fun.
so good.
Cheers.
And it definitely plays out like. Did you ever watch any of the direct video Best of the Best sequels?
Yes.
Yeah, it's exactly one of those.
Exactly
videos.
what it is. Yep, it's exactly what it is.
All right. So as we begin to go a
R.I.P.
little
Chris
bit
Penn.
more rapid fire, as we're over an hour and about halfway through, I've had a glass of wine in honor of Danny LaRusso. I've had a glass of whiskey in honor of Chosen.
I mean, that's a huckleberry in that.
Oh, we know what's up.
We're having some course in honor of
I
the
don't-
character we might be about to be discussing.
I don't have a chorus, but I have a Bud Light Platinum, and this will go for Johnny.
Johnny Lawrence.
Woo!
It's number one.
Number one.
There's no debate to be had.
Oh, my freezer's.
John,
How did my freezer
he is the show.
This is the show.
He, like, need I say more?
He is the what in what the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no questions asked. That's number one.
Yeah, I
He
can't
is
go
the
wrong.
reason that Cobra Kai never dies.
Right.
Send it to the internet.
You know,
Number one, obviously, of
He's
this entire
in the
series.
Heroes Hall of Fame
He's in
already.
the Heroes Hall of Fame.
PLD is-
Literally, if we had 20 more hours to just do all-time TV characters, he would be
be in
an
there.
S tier.
He'd be
That's
way up
right.
there for me.
Yeah, 100%.
Way up there for me.
And so my
Especially because, like, not only like is he S tier character, but like he's the most unlikely S tier character. Like,
Ask yourself in the
unlikely
80s,
hero.
right?
like for those of you who are alive, do you ever think you're going to want to watch a show about Johnny
This
Lawrence?
is just for
No.
PLD and you to discuss the only two people who are watching the 80s.
Wow, I feel so seen. No, absolutely, 100%. I totally
Who in
never
their
would
right
have
mind would
Notes
have thought
of-
Johnny Lawrence would be the most compelling character on TV?
In honor of the Cobra Kai finale, Notes of Huckleberry, I'm gonna eat this Huckleberry taffy.
nice.
Come
And then
on.
you would root for him.
No way.
You would root for
Notes
John.
of Huckleberry. It was unbelievable. That was one of the most unbelievable moments of the entire show.
Yes.
When I texted live time,
I
what's the
love
show?
Huckleberry.
Yep. Oh,
Johnny
and-
Lawrence just said, I taste notes of Huckleberry. And I'm like, shut up, you jabroni.
The White Claw, that sounds badass.
Yes.
Oh, that was so good.
So fun.
Yeah. White Claw, badass.
The fact that Johnny Lawrence doesn't know that there are flower stores out there.
Oh my god.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Where do I get flowers?
There's no
God.
questions asked. That is the one position that is not changing.
He is.
I love that Demetrius
Yeah,
photo
no.
is like so emo looking. Like, what is the lighting in his photo? Sorry, I just noticed that.
All right. Who's
So, what's excellent is it couldn't be more perfect. Who's next to Johnny Lawrence other than the catalyst that started it all?
next? The bitch?
That bitch?
Season 1, episode 1. I didn't say you were a bitch. I said you were bitching at me. And that is
What's,
Well, she's got to go
what's
right
her
next to
name?
Bert.
Judy. Judy's her name. I found that out
Judy.
today.
Oh,
all-time jabroni, right?
No. We got to recreate the bitch sandwich.
bitch sandwich.
That was the bitch sandwich. Okay, cool.
Okay, so real quick, PLD, you missed this in our What the Show chat earlier. Mike asked if the bitch was in the tier list, and then I said we gotta quit calling Anthony LaRusso that.
That was really great, actually.
That's funny.
It was just knee-jerk reaction. I knew what we were talking about.
Right. I get it. Of course you
That bitch, Judy.
That bitch, like in real life, is probably the least likable person on this tier list, but as a TV character, was phenomenal.
do. I mean, I don't know. Personally, that bitch and that guy should probably next to each other.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys? Yeah.
Which one was that guy? Oh yeah, I remember who that guy was. Yeah, put her down there. But I
Bitch
love
goes
her.
down. Bitch
We
goes
don't
down.
remember that bitch. We don't remember that guy.
That's true. She's more memorable. She is the catalyst for this.
That's
entire
why
show.
I would put her on top of that guy. Put that
Yeah,
bitch
she
on
just
top
gets-
of that.
Oh wow!
Like that too.
I'm not following.
I love that Bella didn't follow
Where's
at
she
all.
going?
Until then,
That guy. I'm pointing,
Top
but
of
you
the-
can't
put
see.
that bitch on top of that guy.
The top of Jabroni.
There?
No, the other one. What's
Which
the
jabroni?
last tier?
Oh,
An-
and phony. And
the
phony.
Antony tier.
The and phony.
Oh.
Yeah.
That guy. That's who she's on
That's
top
that
of.
guy. Yeah, that bitch and that guy.
I think she deserves better than the counselor, though. Can we put the counselor down if she's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully agree.
Yeah.
Put the counselor.
Hello, Anthony.
Anthony? Put her above Anthony. Okay, I feel better now. Next.
Next, we're talking about some serious pain.
Not Kenny.
Kenny pain.
Oh, it is Kenny.
Kenny.
I like Kenny.
Kenny's a good character.
Kenny
Yeah,
has
I like
one of the
Kenny.
better, like overall story arcs of anybody in the show. I think.
I'd put him in A. I'd put him above Devin.
I might
Yeah.
actually. Here, I might put him above Bert.
Wow.
Fuck you.
I would say that, but I don't want to upset AJ.
I'm gonna throw it out
I
here. I'm
like Kenny
gonna
a
throw it
lot.
out
I
there.
throw it between. I think we should move Allie down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny's way more important than Allie, in my humble opinion. Yeah.
Like to there.
I like
My
that.
own personal thoughts. I'm gonna let it go. I put Kenny below Carl, before the announcer guy, underneath Carl.
Wow.
Yeah.
He
That's-
annoyed me, like with his like. I get his character arc and have his some good moments and everything else. But when he was like a bad guy with Cobra Kai, he was like one of the worst bad guys.
It was
just
bad.
like
I
I just got annoyed at his
he was
like
bad. It was not
badness.
good.
Like
He was
Jesus
a dick
Christ.
there for a while.
You can't
He
do
returned
evil
the bully
Gohan.
with very.
I was
much-
more entertained by Carl the announcer a lot of times. But I get it.
That's Gunther.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
that's Gunther. Sorry,
Well,
Carl.
him too. Carl and Gunter both.
I'm all for moving Carl up.
Carl,
Yeah.
we love you.
If we move Carl up, I'm good with it.
I'm all for moving Carl up. I love Carl.
Carl, wait, Daryl?
Oh, Daryl, that's it.
If you
You
can't
don't even
remember
know
the
his
name,
name.
you can't move it up.
He's the announcer.
Who is Carl?
We'll table this.
Is that what worked?
Yes, that's what we're talking.
That's
That's
Okay.
fine.
Send it.
Send it to the internet.
Okay, next.
Speaking of sending it to the internet, our very own Sensei Kim.
Sensei Kim.
Uh,
Okay, I got some
I'm-
hardcore love for Sensei Kim.
I really like her a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
she grows on you. I mean, over the years.
I put her. Can we put her?
Oh my
I
God.
mean, I've never heard her announce Saikai Taikai. She said it, but she didn't get to announce it. But I think I'd put her over Gunter personally.
If I put her above Amanda.
I might put her above Amanda.
Like,
Yeah.
I like her right there.
Yeah, anyone?
I don't want to push it, but I would put Gunter above Amanda. That's just me.
Whoa!
I'm okay with that.
Whoa.
I'm okay with
I
that.
agree.
Amanda? Well, Amanda never needed to go Saikai Taikai.
Gunter's
I
up.
agree.
I'd be okay with that.
AJ?
I'd be okay.
AJ?
I think this angry is really hitting, guys. But yeah, I'm fine with it.
We're getting weird. Let's go.
All right.
Let's
That's giving me permission to go to the next Kim, the next Sensei Kim that's
Oh,
not
fuck that dude.
the old
Oh, that guy, get him down there.
Get him
Screw
down.
that guy. Put him right in front of the Pusso.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Move on.
He's
Who's
definitely a
Robbie Dad?
Tarantino Kill
All right,
Bill. knockout.
Kumiko.
Kumiko, do you mean the bitch that goes to Chosen? Fuck her.
Yeah, you could have had Chosen and you said, nah, get the
Yeah.
F out of here, lady. Oh, she's nice. We'll put her
She
I
in
think like
C.
C,
goes-
yeah, like there.
Just below a noosh.
You know what? She did bring us Chosen though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair. We think
She
Yeah.
saved Daniel's business.
Yeah.
She
Ish.
did break his heart.
She broke Chosen's heart. So yeah, that's how she
But-
But Chosen recovered.
Yeah, he's
Also, fun fact: every time that Ralph Macchio says her name, he says it differently.
He does.
Yeah, you're right.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, okay.
I love that for him.
Now we are getting at one. So, okay. So behind the curtain, originally I wanted 2 tier lists. I wanted a side character tier list. I wanted a main character tier list.
Yeah.
And part of the reason that I changed my mind was amazing characters like Quan that were so good but barely in it. And we're like, are they a side character? Not really, because they have a very
Or are
important
they
impact on the
dancing?
show, but they're barely in the show.
I love.
And then I'm like,
Quan.
never mind, forget it.
I
Quan is amazing. Quan is A+.
Quan
Quan
to me
is epic.
is
I love
above
Quan.
Kenny.
Easily above Kenny,
Yeah.
but actually he should be
Yeah.
above more than that.
No,
If-
not Daryl. No, not Daryl.
I wouldn't put her above
Daryl's
Carmen.
name.
If
we
you're-
can-
Well, then
Daryl is my
more.
is my borderline now. It's my
All right, well then Daryl should be above more, maybe.
That's okay. That's fine. I'm good
Above
with that.
Carmen? He's not above Carmen.
Daryl and Gunter should be
I,
together
would,
for their
I
life.
don't know if I would put Daryl in front of Carmen, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta rein you in. I gotta rein you
Well,
in.
then I
Like,
think
when,
it's
you, when you
close.
reflect
It's
on the
close.
characters you love from this show, like Carmen's so. I have her high.
Quan is epic. Quan is like a battle royale character.
Like,
Quan is like the most. Like, oh my gosh, if I had to fight him, I would just
And
That's fair.
put the knife to my own face before I'd fight him.
he brings the ultimate gravity to the series.
Yeah.
Oh, literally, gravity
Yeah.
pulled him onto the knife.
Yeah, literally.
I wanted to say about Quan, the best new antagonist
Yes.
of the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that he was a much more compelling character than Axel, like who I always call Alex. So
He was definitely.
Yeah, Quan
we-
was the Clubber Lang while Axel was Drago. Really.
Oh, yeah,
pretty much. His
Quan.
personality.
Should we? The question is,
Anymore. What letter are we on?
Quan's an A tier. Do we move any of the A tier people down?
I think
gotta say,
maybe Pastor
like,
We're gonna have to
Bobby.
start. Yeah, we're gonna have to start soon.
I'm sorry, Pastor Bobby. You're going down to top of B.
Pastor
tier.
Bob is fine. B. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
We knew. he
Well,
was
no,
going
but I
down.
mean, like, do we put Quan above certain people in A tier?
Nope. I think he was good right there.
All right, fine.
Yeah, but I do
We'll get
think we're
there.
going to need to start moving down people to B.
Speaking of people that we don't need to dispute where they are going to land, Kyler.
Ah,
Yeah.
fuck that
Fuck
guy.
you.
Down,
Jap-
down by the pusso.
I like what they did with him in college. I put him next to his friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. You're right. College him, yeah. All right, we'll put him next to his friend. Put him up there.
Yeah, he gave a very important lesson. So, and that was like a really real thing. I liked that. So.
I completely forgot about that. until you
That's
said
fair.
it.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
I'm good
Yep.
with that.
Cool.
Nobody else?
Johnny Lawrence's mom.
Oh.
I mean, we love her, but
Well, Johnny Lawrence's
I
mom
don't know
isn't.
where to put her.
She wasn't even care. I mean, she was like
yeah, she's more of a
inspiration.
yes.
A memory?
What's Turkey?
Probably about right. I don't put her in the absolute worst tier, but
Can we put her in C?
Yeah, I put her at the bottom of C.
I think that's fine.
works for me. Don't need to spend a lot of time on her.
Oh, Louis.
Rest in
Oh, I like
Louis!
Louis. Louis good. Louis good people.
peace. Louis gets to go above Anoush for sure.
Louis and
Oh,
Anish
yeah.
have to go next to each other.
Yeah.
They'll be partners,
I
but
would put
Louis
Louis up
better.
in B.
Yeah.
I put Louis in B, but that's okay.
I'm down with Louis and B. We don't have
I put
anybody
Louis
in
above
B.
Axel.
We don't have any. Yeah, I mean, we don't really have like. We need like.
Yeah.
B's
Not
gonna
a
get.
lot of B's not getting
wait.
a lot of love. We'll
I would put Louis above Axel. I would say that.
No? All right.
All right.
Okay.
I'm okay with
I
it.
can work with that.
Good,
Yeah.
good comedic moments. He's there throughout the series. He got some,
He is.
That's fair.
People that very much fought for Louis, just like PLD just did, would be Lucille LaRusso.
Mm.
Lucille.
Mama
Can we
Lou.
put
Not
her
many
down with mom?
episodes.
Yeah, I think that's a good place
Yeah,
for her.
Yeah.
because she
Where?
was
Next to
Next to Johnny's mom.
Johnny's mom. Above Johnny's mom.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more of an impact than her.
Johnny's
Johnny's
mom,
mom. No offense,
Johnny's
Johnny.
Her
mom.
biggest, the worst part is her biggest moment was basically supposed to be Hilary Swank's moment. The giving the necklace of Miyagi to
Oh, that was good.
that was going to be Hilary's moment, but that
All right.
became her moment that worked.
So somebody that's gonna like almost immediately jump to S tier in many of us is Lyle the pawn shop guy.
I'm totally fine with
Should
that
go
guy.
in A. We should go in
Honestly,
A.
love that guy. No, I don't think I'll percent pick him, but I do
I think-
love Lyle the pawn shop guy.
I
He
think
definitely, I think above
above
Bob.
I think,
Kenny
or
again.
honestly, oh wait,
Yes,
I
that
think-
too, actually. But
I think you should go. I think you should go top of B.
Okay. I'm
I
down.
don't see.
He's a buck past for Bobby.
I think it's above Allie too. To be honest, yeah.
Well, I think they should go. I think they should go.
They're going to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Send them into B.
Maybe we all migrate, and make him
Yeah.
the top of B. Make him the face
Yeah,
of a
make him
tier.
top of B.
He's
Yeah,
the face
yeah.
of the
He's
tier. I
top
like
of B.
that.
Okay,
That's good.
I'm
I
alright
got
with
that.
that.
I got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that.
pawn shop.
Yeah, pawn shop, we love you, Lyle.
Heck yeah, Lyle, freaking Lyle. Who would have known?
And hey, we're into the L's. We're
Look
at the end of the
us,
In
guys.
the L's, we're halfway.
Yeah.
We're only
Man.
an hour and a half into the show. We're going fast. We're going fast. So speaking of Lyles, we're speaking of you can't talk about Lyle unless you talk about Lynn. And Lynn, homeless Lynn, I will kid you not.
I love homeless Lynn.
Almost
Literally
Oh.
every single literal deep dive into Cobra Kai was like, yeah, you have your main cast, your recurring cast, and your guest cast. Lynn, the homeless Lynn, was in every single one.
Yeah.
It was like she is there.
She's fantastic.
I would put her in C. I'd definitely above Lucille.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. I think
I go above Kumiko. I mean, maybe even in B. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
I think B for now.
Yeah, actually, B is probably good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. She'll probably go down, but like
Should go down, but
she'll start off with B. I'm good with that.
oh
Yeah.
man,
Who's next?
we're about to pull a big one.
Uh-oh. Who is it?
Miguel.
Okay.
now
We all went
is Miguel above Chosen?
No.
No.
Me and AJ will definitely agree. Miguel is between Johnny and Chosen.
No.
I'm gonna go
I'm
P.
voting.
I'm gonna
I
P.
got Miguel just above
I'm
Daniel.
gonna P.
I will put Miguel above. I would actually am agreeing with Mike.
I
Priest and
am.
Daniel is where I put them.
Yep. I agree.
We can split the difference and put him between Priest and Chosen.
You forget all the shit that kid's been through.
We love the guy. I mean, we're still saying S tier.
Oh, yeah.
Still S tier, but I can't put him above Chosen.
I can't put him above Chosen either.
And by the way, I think that he's going to be the biggest actor of anybody on the show in 10 years. Book it.
I hope so.
I'm gonna say.
I think he's the tiebreaker here, actually.
Okay, hold on, everyone. Hold on.
So did
All
we
right.
agree that
We
he's
did not.
perfect where he is?
Nope, we did not. Bethany is up.
So-
It's up to Bethany.
Dang it.
That's what I'm gonna say. Oh my god, pressure, guys. Okay, so when we were watching the last 2 episodes of season 6, and again, I'm gonna say this is good storytelling, this is foreshadowing. I hate when shows end and people are like, that's predictable, and it's like, yeah, it's fucking supposed to be. It's called storytelling. I think for a while there we got into very like things need to surprise you to be good, and it's like, no, that's not like that's not a surprise doesn't equal good television or good writing or good storytelling. But anyways, when everything boiled down to it, and Johnny went back to Cobra Kai to lead Cobra Kai to greatness, and it ended up being Tori and Miguel, I was like, this is exactly how this show is supposed to end, because it started with Johnny and Miguel. That is the story. This is what the show started with. Again, Miguel is such an interesting character in which he obviously sometimes takes the back seat, sometimes he takes the front seat. Like, he's always been there. He's always been a main character. And I was just so happy when it ended with them, like them being back in Cobra Kai, because I felt like that was so perfect, full circle. Well, I think that Chosen has higher highs. I think that there is no Cobra Kai without Johnny Lawrence and Miguel. And I think that those 2 characters are exactly where they need to be.
I've been
All right.
swayed.
Yes.
I've been
Yes.
swayed. I've been swayed.
I do need to mention real quick, Shul Matanuenya voiced 2 characters who are twin brothers, and then in the episode of Invincible that dropped the same week that Cobra Kai dropped its final episodes. Do you know the names of those characters? Because I do. Their names are Fight Master and Dropkick.
No, that's fantastic, honestly. Good
Yep,
for him.
they're not very, very violent characters either. Like, really. So I had to put in that little aside, because that's like my
Thank
favorite
you.
little piece of random trivia now.
Oh, it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
me, Bethany, AJ agree.
I've been swayed. I agree with that.
Above Chosen.
My heart loves Chosen, but I understand that is true. That
He's
is
the
very
heart
true.
soul.
I mean, come on. Like, they are, like, Miguel is,
Having him and Johnny together,
it just,
in
it
the-
has
in
to
the-
be.
it doesn't work well.
So speaking of great characters that have a moment in the spotlight, we're talking about Mike Barnes.
My
Cocaine
God.
itself.
We're talking about cocaine.
The embodiment of cocaine.
Mike
Within
Barnes.
one-
Mike Cocaine.
He's very interesting because he is there and you're like, huh? And then he's there and you're like, huh? And then he's there and you're like, huh?
Yeah, they like threw him in because they felt like they had to throw him in.
Yeah.
Like, almost every other returning character had a real purpose to the story, and they were like, let's get Mike Barnes.
And honestly, his storyline is the most depressing. When Terry Silver burns his business down, I think that's the lowest point of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Dude literally lost his like entire family. Like it's pretty fucking. It's terrible to think about. Like there's barely any
exactly.
So
resolution.
he was an asshole in 3 and became like this great, like he had this great life at that point. He turned everything around all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I honestly think like, is
far
this
as
a good point? Like, is this in C? Like, is this good?
Yeah. As far as we know, he's still living in filth and squalor.
Yeah,
put him next to Kumiko.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
well, yeah, that's that. Yeah,
I agree. Well, no, I agree in general. I just more like kind of want to forget.
Yeah.
No, he is a great character though, and he's so
the scene with him and Daniel fighting in the furniture factory is
and
awesome.
him and Chosen fighting, and like that.
It was,
So now we get to Mr. Something obscene breath, Mitch.
Penis breath. You got to put him
Penises
with.
aren't obscene.
We should.
And that's exactly where he
Yep.
belongs.
Yeah.
Right there. No, like,
We're moving on. We
Right
get to
spot.
Moon. Moon.
Oh, Moon. Oh.
Oh.
Which is tough. Oh man. And Moon's mom, spoiler alert, is not in this bracket.
Oh, man.
I think if you take her and Moon combined, I would put them combined right below Axel. That's me.
Yeah.
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 I'm fine with that.
Moon's mom is Jesse Spano.
I know.
And other things. Right, Paul?
And other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good spot for her.
I like her there.
Anyone agree?
I don't disagree. I'm good with that. I actually even put him above Axel, honestly, but that's just I'm nitpicking now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I just went with him because I thought you guys liked him.
I like Axel. No,
I do like Axel, but I saw a lot of potential.
Well,
more than anything
but
else.
then you go into then it's like, all right, then Aisha.
She's good there.
No, this is good. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Then we have Mr. Something, the guy that puts an end to like basically the guy that we don't like.
Okay.
Okay.
Put him down, then. We don't like him.
Mr.
Who is this?
I don't know who that guy is.
I don't like things. I forget. I'm trying to remember exactly what he said.
He's a jabroni.
Yeah, jabroni.
Put him down. Put him down.
I don't remember him even with your
Jabroni.
best.
All right, and then thanks to
Is that
Jacob.
Rob Schneider?
Thanks to Jacob Whitnaben, the member of the Psychi Taikai 13-14 round Inner Geekdom match. Jacob Whitnaben versus Jesse Swift. We have Nathaniel something that looks like Jacob's brother.
Yeah. Put them
That
next to
ain't
each
bad.
other. Wait, does he belong to be that high?
No, neither does Bird, honestly. Sorry, AJ, but
No, Bert's the man.
Dirt, he's
Bert's the
fine.
man.
We're not putting Nathaniel above Carmen. I'm sorry. I draw the line.
Well, no, obviously not.
You making a carbon sandwich then between Nathaniel?
Carmen sandwich.
I'd put him at the top of that tier.
Yeah,
PLD
he's better than the frat bro.
It's not PLD
Yeah.
though. I think we should just go there.
Yeah, put him in C. Put him next to the mom.
Yeah. He's not a jabroni.
Yeah.
He's just a brony.
He's a brony.
Speaking of bronies, we have convenience store Resita clerk,
That guy's
Epic, the original, the OG.
Definitely better than I think he's better than the homeless one.
I was going to say the two of them should go side by side.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
just that. I think that's perfect.
I like him there.
Yeah, I think it's
Marriage. Let's go.
all right. And then we have this guy did not have to make the stream, but I wanted him to. The jabroni from Mexico that takes Miguel's stuff because he's such a jabroni, and we have to put him in jabroni tier.
Put him with Hector. He's a Mexican guy. Put him with Mexican.
Yeah,
but even Hector's not even in jabroni tier, which is the PLD tier. Sorry, PLD.
yeah, put him. In the
No, I think we should go.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's like 2 jabronis.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him above Kyler, you know?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't even know.
We need. We have like 2.
This list is so unserious. I love it.
We have 2 jabroni tiers.
There we go.
That tracks.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, moving on. Piper, the character that was briefly a spotlight for like 5 seconds, and then lost.
She's probably like top of D.
She's not necessarily jabroni.
Not as important as the captain, maybe.
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
Like
Right there.
Yeah.
Love her.
Perfect.
She has a speaking role.
Yeah.
This is true. So she gets to go above it.
Speaking of people that
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 characters behind somebody who does not have a speaking role.
Honestly, it's what all of them deserve.
Speaking of characters that might have a speaking role, we're talking about Robbie Keane.
All right.
Robbie Keane. Big.
I'm gonna say Robbie Keane for me.
For me? Psych guy!
Daniel LaRusso's good son.
Seriously, that is Daniel LaRusso's good son. AJ's not wrong. Okay, no, wait. I'm going to get serious for a minute. I know I've had a little bit to drink and I'm getting a little slap happy. But I'm going to channel what I did for Miguel. Okay. I truly think that Robbie is the character that has the most growth on this show. Like, I really think he's a very compelling character. I really, truly believe that he's a very compelling character. Again, I think the show, when it boils down to it, is obviously Johnny Lawrence. He's not going to move from number 1. Obviously, I think Miguel, because he started it and the growth that he has had. I mean, just looking at the relationship between Miguel and Robbie, honestly, like the growth that they've had together. Like, I think, I really think, whoa, where are you putting him? I really think he deserves to be high S tier. I don't know, obviously, if he deserves to jump over who he deserves to jump over, but I think he deserves to be high S.
I would say right before Chosen, personally.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Oh, I hate to put Chosen down, but I just really think the growth of Robbie.
Sorry, right after Chosen is what I meant. Right after.
I'm like in this. This is where I am.
Yeah, I'm not that too. Reese had a better big moment. Robbie did have more of a.
Robbie has the arc, like the huge arc.
Yeah.
I just really,
that
and again, I
first,
just love
that
that,
first
like,
Valley band.
at the end of the day, I just think he's
First Out Valley.
Yeah,
Season 2. Then season 3.
I don't know. He's a very compelling character.
Then returning back in season 4.
All right, I'm comfortable.
Joining Johnny again in season
I'm okay
5.
with
It's crazy. Yeah, I think
He actually
right
got Samantha LaRusso in the end.
Yeah,
he did. It didn't.
I think right here is good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Unless, I mean, are they hard?
Now, if you put Kreese in front of him, I wouldn't argue that either. But I'm good with it.
I think that's one of the closest ties.
Oh, so tough.
I mean, what is being like?
No,
that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm happy with that. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard. S tier is hard. There are so many good, compelling characters. Truly.
So speaking of great, compelling characters that are gonna like really get to us, we got that guy that's like, hey, LaRusso. The
Is he on the council?
The All Valley is not happening again.
Yeah, that's
And
put him down with the other guy that I don't remember. The
Yeah.
All the way.
Oh, down.
down. Yep.
Right.
Wait,
yeah,
which far
right there.
down?
Next to that
Right,
last
right by the counselor and the other guy.
end of
Yeah.
actually
He's
fine.
better. He's better than the Silver's henchman.
We like that.
Oh, and speaking of characters that are much better than any other person we've talked about before, we have Rosa Diaz,
Abuela.
Abuela, which
Abuela.
I mean, honestly, could just be
Abuela tier.
Abuela tier.
Yes.
Which-
I like Abuela too.
Yes.
That's what it
I want
was.
her right there.
That's
That'd
what
be
it
perfect.
was last time.
Yes.
I'm quite okay with that.
I love her there. I love her there.
Abuela.
Abuela is everything.
My brain is okay with that. My heart says it's Gunter.
All right.
But
My heart says it's good.
I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna pull the next character. That guy.
I just want him
All
to
right.
announce me every time I walk into a room.
I know. It's so good. Who
All
we
right.
got?
Our next character is Samantha LaRusso. Before I pull her, I'm just gonna let us talk.
The sigh, the sigh. That's here.
It's like they really tried to make her happen. And I'm sure that the actress who plays her is just a lovely person in real life. I think she has her moments. I just don't think she's the most compelling character. I would say she's like bottom B for me, maybe.
I'd say the last season did a lot of good for her.
Heavy lifting.
I will agree with that.
What
Yeah.
if we did?
I would
I
put
think they
her
were
right
best.
next to Axel.
Yeah, I was thinking. Well, I was thinking.
Well, if you're gonna bring up Axel again, I actually was gonna bump him down for Louis. What about Louis over Axel? More as we go
Maybe
along.
right next to her friend Aisha.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like
Yeah,
between
I
Aisha
really
and
do
Bob.
think
right over
Samantha
Aisha.
was at her best this season. I agree with AJ. I think really her finally
turned
like
down the
bearing the
fight.
hatchet with Tori and like I'm gonna say she was at her best this season for
Yeah.
sure.
Like,
put her right
It's like that's like where I
I
would
think
put
that
her.
she is behind Pastor Bobby.
I love.
I
Pastor
think
Bobby.
she belongs right next to her brother because the LaRusso spawn are the
Whoa!
two worst human
Whoa!
beings
Whoa!
that have ever existed on the planet. I don't care if we're season 5 or 6.
Excuse me. Do not put Samantha in the same tier as Anthony. No, I'm
No.
sorry. I'm
there's
sorry.
one of those kids that's definitely better than the other one.
Mhm. She's great, right where she is. That's great. I love that for her.
This
But
I
she
think
can't
is
beat Pastor Bobby. She didn't have like twins
Yeah.
after the All Valley.
she's not going to heaven.
Mic drop and leaves on that note.
What if he doesn't come back?
Yeah.
Wow, I would like to apologize.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
On behalf of, I don't even know
Just
who
kidding.
I'm apologizing on
That
behalf
was a
of.
joke.
Samantha LaRusso, I'm sure you're getting into heaven, maybe. I don't know. Send it to the internet.
I think Justin. I think the juice knew more than I would about it, so I'd go with his guts.
Yeah.
The initial moment of Sam knows karate is
Speaking
a
of people
really cool
probably not
moment.
getting into heaven.
Hmm.
Just kidding. I'm ending that bit. Robbie's mom.
Actually, no.
No,
she's pretty
but you're
serious.
right.
Put her with the other moms.
She was struggling with things.
That's
Put her
what-
above LaRusso's mom.
Put her with the other moms.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's definitely the worst.
Honestly,
mom.
Worst of the moms. Put her below the other
Honestly,
moms, Juice.
Like she's the worst actual mom.
Yeah, put
Oh,
her
yeah.
down below the other ones.
She did
Wait,
recover
which
though.
one? Wait, which ones?
The one right there, move her
Johnny
down.
and Daniel's mom. She's
Down
worse than
2
her.
spots. Down 2 spots.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. Right there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right on.
Fair.
I'm okay with that. That's good.
If we're good with that, then we're good with Payne. And we're talking about
Payne.
Sean Payne.
No,
Penny Payne's older brother.
absolutely one of my least favorite characters in the series.
Yeah, he doesn't really do
I
much.
fucking hate Sean, dude.
Oh,
I hate Sean because that motherfucker is 45. Talking about how he
That's
just got out of juvie. It broke. It completely broke any what
You wanna put
sense
him-
of verisimilitude. Did I use verisimilitude?
Cobra Kai.
Can we
You
put him in
did.
front of? Can we put him above Hector? I think that's where he belongs. Right
Wow,
between the
that
Hector.
low?
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Right? Are we okay with that? I think
Yeah, right
yeah.
on.
No,
Like,
we're-
I would Sean. That guy literally no.
I love AJ's strong feelings about Sean.
Yeah, I
didn't-
mean,
yeah.
He looks like Kenny's dad and is playing his brother, and he just got out of juvie.
that's not his fault. His looks is not his fault.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
No, but like, come on.
Yeah,
He-
let's move on.
Yeah, we're not.
I don't
impressed.
care enough to fight for him. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you can
right,
say that.
exactly.
AJ
So
has
speaking
that
of
strong
people
feeling.
that don't only look like somebody's dad, but look like somebody's grandpa, we got Ed Asner.
Sid.
Sid.
Yeah.
Fucking went out kicking, dude.
Which I think is definitely jabroni.
Yeah.
But towards the top.
He's better than Armand. I think. He's
Yeah, I think that he and Armand
Yeah.
should be buddies.
Yeah.
They're kind of-
okay.
I like
They
him
sit well
there.
together.
Works.
I like him there.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Solid one.
All right. Well, if you've not, hang on.
Oh, I think I know who's next.
Yeah, if you've not been spoiled by who's next, Stingray.
S tier.
Stingray! Oh, Stingray. What a special place.
Right
you-
there. Right there.
Right there. Above
Right
Dimitri?
there.
No,
Hells yes.
I think that he's the new, like, if there's one thing that Stingray can do, it's gatekeep.
Oh,
I think he's the gatekeeper of S tier.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Meaning that sends the other two down, or that he is below
I
them.
think that Hawk and Dimitri are above him.
I
That's
disagree.
exactly what AJ said.
Okay.
Binary Bros got tired. I got tired of. I never got tired of Stingray. Not
Yeah,
once they
but
got tired. of
they're in
Stingray.
4 times as much
But
of the show.
Stingray is
Like,
Yeah, that's not their fault that they're in way more scenes.
He's now the entry point to karate. So like putting him as the gateway to
Is
the
he,
S.
yeah, are you better than Stingray to enter S tier? I think is fair. Bottom of S tier.
All right. I won't
Yeah.
won't fight more for that. Just personally speaking, on my personal list,
And that
he's
is
just
fair.
below Diddy.
That is
Agree. PLD.
I also, I personally have him quite a bit lower. So like that was like B.
This is the payback for Payne, for Sean Payne.
Yeah.
fair.
All right. And then there is Terry Silver.
Oh, he's got to
Oh.
be.
Terry
An
Silver.
interesting one.
I mean, that's got to
I
be
put him
high S.
right there. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I put him.
I almost say like him and Kree should go together.
We go together like
Oh,
balloons.
Almost. But maybe it's a Kreese Daniels sandwich. Kreese Daniels.
Yeah, do that to
Daniel,
Daniel LaRusso. Yeah, let's go ahead and make that
guess.
nightmare
Let
happen.
them both kick his
Yeah,
ass.
yeah, I'm right in the middle.
I mean,
All right.
Silver's probably the guy who made the most out of his return from like being nothing but a cartoonish character in Karate Kid 3 to becoming nothing but a cartoonish character in Cobra Kai, but yet still somehow be absolutely compelling while he's doing it.
I love his descent into madness.
The mustache twirling is phenomenal with Silver.
So good.
Like
We
it's
needed someone to not have a redeemable arc, and he did not get redeemed, and that's the best
Mhm.
part about it.
we were like, maybe these people are starting to take youth karate too seriously, and like then he starts. It's a great bit.
Luna.
And he has a badass
Luna,
ponytail.
Badass ponytail.
Badass
Speaking of badass ponytails, not really. Tom Cole.
Put him in the bottom.
Tom Cole's never had a ponytail in his life. He wishes he
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Sorry.
Also,
So, would you believe that Tom Cole was only in 2 episodes?
Yes, actually.
He
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
He was
Wait a
only
minute,
in
wait a
2
minute.
episodes.
Tom
Which is
Cole
crazy,
deserves to be below
because-
the belt because he didn't poop his pants or French.
He was too busy trying to take that dick out of his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
Fuck you, Tom Cole. Put him at the bottom. Put him at the bottom.
We have Tom Cole. Wait, you want Tom Cole below Anthony?
Yes.
No.
AJ?
I vote below Anthony.
Below
But
Anthony.
I also
Oh.
His pants.
PLD?
And that counts on this stream. I'm crying.
Yeah, but you know what? There's something to be said about got to commit to the bit a little bit. And I think you got to keep LaRusso at the bottom.
All right,
Yeah.
for the bit.
do you
Nothing
rather have
else.
the dick or the Lapusso?
I can't.
The Lapusso is the basis of everything. So
So speaking of people that we will definitely not call a Lapusso or a Ladick, that's Tommy. Put him in a body bag.
Put him in a body bag.
Oh, the
Tommy,
way
sir.
that he went out to.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's got to go like somewhere in C. Doesn't have to be high, but
I put him above Barnes.
This has nothing to do with Tommy. I'm sorry, Tommy.
I like
Yeah.
Tommy.
I like Tommy too.
I would say above Mike Barnes is
Above Mike
perfect to me.
Yeah.
Maybe above
Yeah.
Penis Breath. What do you think about above Penis Breath?
No,
It's
Barnes
a
above
one
Penis
episode
Breath.
character.
Oh,
but,
look at
like,
this show.
I'm struggling. Hang on.
Can you say things like
I've lost
above
complete
penis?
track. Where'd he go? Where did he go?
after what just happened,
Down,
it's really getting
down,
a
down.
little
Your
bit-
your cursor is almost right
Oh.
on him. Don't move your cursor up. Move the cursor up and to the left. There you go. There he is. Put him above, I put him above,
I'm thinking
definitely
like
above.
there. I'm thinking like, well,
I
I
am
mean,
crying. Okay.
these guys have been in it like tried and true.
Yeah,
Easy.
they
Yeah.
do have a good.
Stuff to
They did.
Yeah, but-
they did honestly impressive work with background characters with those two. So
He's
I'm good with
amazing,
Tommy
like-
being right below.
All right.
yeah,
I'll
I
do
don't
that.
think. Yeah.
It's Tori next, right?
All right, Tori. Yeah, Tori.
Okay. Everyone,
She's asked for sorry.
this S tier is way too male dominated, which is just the way that the
Yep.
cookie crumbles in this show. Tori is, I'm going to say something potentially controversial. I would say of the kids, of the students, the best character. And I know that I went
was
on
gonna
a
put it
limb.
right in front, like Johnny, then Tori is my vote as well.
I went on a limb earlier for Miguel, and I do love Miguel, and I do think that he is a very important, and I do think that he is Cobra Kai. But with that said, again, equal to Robbie in compelling storylines, but I would say even more so the growth that she had as a character. When she came onto this scene, I hated her, which is great acting on her part. But I think that the growth that she had, the fact that I was rooting for her, the fact that I felt for her toward the end, her scenes with Kreese, her relationship with Kreese, her relationship with Johnny, her relationship with just everyone, just I think she's the most compelling student. I would have to say of this show, I think it goes Johnny, then it goes Tori, then it goes Miguel, in my humble opinion. That was my
AJ.
I mean, it's hard. I wouldn't. I think that her talk with Kreese is insane. Like that was one of the best scenes of the show. I think that the baseline, that's where I'd argue over Miguel over Tori is just the baseline is that it's more consistent character development, and like that's where I'd kind of put him there. And the fact that he is partnered with the main character, it's hard because she could have had more development, like, well, not more development, but more character moments, and that is, leaning more towards the male-centric part of the show. But I just think that because like Miguel has been more consistently a part of the show that I love, and then has been there from the beginning to the end and bookends the show for the students. I don't know. I vote Miguel over Tori, but I have them right next to each other.
PLD.
I appreciate the arguments for her being above Miguel, but I got to stick with Johnny Miguel is the hardest story overall, and I can't like there is no Cobra Kai without those two. Like you had said previously, it begins and ends with them. Everything else is kind of fill in the blanks from there. I hate to put her above Chosen, but I definitely agree with it. I can't not agree with it. I love Chosen more, but Tori does have an amazing. She has the heights. She has the heights. Like her highest highs were some of the high points of the series. The emotional highs of the series.
And I will say that like the actor who plays Chosen, I like more as an actor. I think that Peyton List is somebody who can be utilized, but isn't like a super strong like actor. But she like
I don't disagree, Mike. I really don't. She would agree, but
I just think, and I know I'm probably not going to win this argument, but I just think, and again, I'm not saying that this is a knock against Miguel's character, because like I said, I love that it bookended with it starting with him and Johnny and ending with him and Johnny in a sense. But I just think Miguel didn't really change that much through the series. Like he is who he is throughout the show. And there's not anything bad with that. In a sense, Johnny doesn't. I mean, yes, I do think Johnny goes through growth actually. But I really think that Miguel and they do the whole montage of like the things he went through. And yes, he's been through a lot of things. But I just think that Tori, if you again Juice Henry watched recently, when she enters this show, I cannot stress how much I hated her. Like I hated her. And the fact that by the end of the show, I was actively rooting for her, I think just shows how much growth she had and how much they put into her character and how much like just
well, and I would say that they do the best part of the show for all three characters is not even like they show the growth of the character, but exploring the character. And I think that's one of the things that is the best about these three characters and why I could like it's that like we hated Tori until we learned more about Tori.
Right.
And like they all have arcs. They have definite arcs, but like when you find out more about Tori, that's what really kind of endeared me to her personally.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
So
I agree.
I
just
like
fuck. I'm siding with Bethany.
Did I get you to switch your vote?
Yeah, because she's Johnny.
Yes.
Wait, let me hang on. Let me.
When you enter this thing, you cannot stand this person, and then they end up becoming your favorite person of this. Like she is Johnny's storyline. Just
hang on. Let me. AJ, let me let me share. So Miguel, oh my gosh. So we start the show with Miguel as a freaking complete loser, Rhea. Yeah. He gets turned into an all-valley champion by Johnny. And it doesn't stay with that. It doesn't continue with Rhea being the all-valley champ. We get to see Miguel go through the things in our minds where we're like, wait a second, is this no mercy, strike first, strike hard? Is this really what it's meant to be? We see him like wrestle with that with Kreese and stand against him. And then holy cow, it's like in the real moment, he's like, no, this is not what it's about. And what happens to him? He gets kicked over the edge and Robbie Keane almost kills him, almost paralyzes him for the rest of his life. And he perseveres. And thanks to Johnny Lawrence and thanks to who?
D. Snyder.
He comes back and fights again, joins Eagle Fang, and then as his thing, he sides with LaRusso for a bit and learns from him, but ultimately comes back to Johnny and learns from both and takes both things in and ultimately is willing to let Robbie be the leader, even though he probably is the better fighter. Eventually comes up and is proof that, and he's the one that like instills in Robbie, no, you are a leader. Robbie gets hurt. And then what happens? Miguel puts his all in, is ready to fight Quan, is ready to fight Axel, and then the whole fight happens, and then it turns into the thing. Tori wins, Miguel wins. I don't know. I think Miguel's number 2. I just think that everything Miguel's been through, he's number 2.
Okay, so my newfound discovery that Tori is the Johnny Lawrence foil. Miguel is Goku. You just described Goku.
I've never seen Dragon Ball.
I thought you had. Ah, damn.
No. I don't know.
I'm the only person on the stream then, right? Damn.
Miguel is great. I'm just saying he is who he is throughout the entirety of the show. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just think that for character growth, for compelling story, Tori has a more interesting story. All right, final
2 and
vote.
3. It's 2 and 3.
I know, but we're just gonna be talk about it.
Team
Team
Tori.
Tori, raise your hand.
I'm abstaining.
Just the two of us.
Well,
I'm abstaining.
We need an even number to make it. Team Miguel for number 2.
Well, I'm truly team chosen for number 2.
Therefore, it's 2 to 1 to 1 at that point.
I just think that
I agree with Juice. I think
Miguel is.
Back to back. We're splitting hairs here. It's 2 and 3.
We're splitting hairs. I just wanted to throw in my good fight.
he had a good fight. It was a good fight.
I do think, I just think that, again, we once put Hawk as the number 1 student, and years later we're looking back. So I just want to make sure.
Last thing I have to say is, in my eyes, it's like the Binary Brothers. Like, you can't. I don't want to split Johnny and Miguel up, and Johnny's the obvious number 1 that makes Miguel like number 2.
I'll give you that.
Well, and think about Dee Snider. I mean, we aren't thinking about Dee Snider.
We're not considering.
Does he get it? Is he
think about?
character,
Okay,
right?
we keep saying Tori had all this character growth, which I agree with, which happened, and it absolutely happened and was essential. But Miguel, I think Miguel did a lot more growth than we give him credit to.
I'm not saying that he didn't grow as a character. I do think that he had his compelling moments for
His
sure.
hair definitely grew.
His hair definitely grew.
Good looking young man.
All right.
His hair definitely grew.
But yeah, my thing is like, I have such a barrier with the Tori character and how much I love the Tori character.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm not. Peyton List is probably a wonderful person. There's so many line deliveries that are Lion's attack. It's hard for me there. But I love the character, and like when I talk through how much like the arc of the character is like, oh, I love how that character is written.
Oh yeah, 100%. I just think in a show like Cobra Kai, where the whole thing is like you're rooting for the people that you thought you would never root for. I think that she's a great summation of that, much like Johnny Lawrence is.
Oh god damn it, you're right.
Number 3. I mean,
I shouldn't have abstained.
It's like we are splitting hairs. That's the thing.
The die is cast.
Cobra Kai never dies.
AJ, you were diehard Miguel on our last time.
Yeah.
We are all, just to be clear, again, anyone who is in the S tier, like, not to be dramatic, but I would die for them. I love all of these characters.
You helped me confirm that. I'm like, AJ loves Miguel. I love Miguel.
There's absolutely no shade to
you
Miguel.
helped me
Miguel is a great character.
go gun ho on Miguel.
Yeah.
We all would. Next character.
Next time.
All right, so another jabroni. So the other guy,
put him right.
Guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
right there.
Yeah, right there. That's great.
That's perfect.
Yeah. LaRusso's cousin.
I like.
He's fantastic.
Made a lot of her small
She's
amount
great.
of time.
Yeah,
Wait,
she's.
how is
great.
it? Wait,
I
how is
would
this
put
guy?
her at
Where's
the
her husband?
top of C.
With Anoush. Put her with her
Yeah,
romantic.
put her up with a new.
above
know,
it. She is
oh,
better than Anoush, and Anoush would tell you
She is
that.
1,000%
That woman is
better.
Madison with a Y in it and 2 N's, and the Y is not
How
what
would
you
you
would
do
think.
Also, how is this guy? This is an accident. How did this guy?
Yeah,
make
he's
it
down.
this
He's
far?
supposed to be down.
That guy is
Way
Put him
lower.
down there.
That guy's
There
like
we go.
a
That's better. I feel better about
weirdo.
that.
That guy should
Much
be like.
better.
That guy should be like here. Okay.
I gotta go to bed.
Sensei
How many
Wolf.
people do we have left?
Sensei Wolf.
You
We're on top of
Fucking
you.
Cole Young.
We have to be almost done. Okay.
Cole Young.
Yeah, we're
suck.
very close. We're very close.
You ruined Mortal Kombat.
But he
Oh, he
was a
wasn't much.
great antagonist to
Good
Johnny
antagonist.
Lawrence.
He was.
I would say let's put him in like B, bottom of B.
Why the hell would they have some jobber beat Goro?
I moved
Okay.
Louis up past
Some
Axel.
jobber who
Moved
was
Louis up
added-
past Axel, and you put Wolf and Axel together.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Some jobber that was added to
I'll put that
Fortnite
Moon and Wolf
character
together.
before
That's
that
kinda
character was added to Mortal Kombat. You could play the Mortal Kombat protagonist in Fortnite before you could play him in Mortal Kombat. What the? Anyways, we don't have 4 more hours to go on about this. Just know that that's a thing.
fair.
All
I have
right.
conviction.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
What?
Wolf against Stanton's better than this Wolf.
That's fair.
We have Xander from Topanga Karate.
Oh fuck.
I just want everyone to have a moment of silence.
Jabroni.
Yeah, he's a jabroni.
Put him.
I think he's the best jabroni in the show.
Well, even where's Jabroni? I don't even remember where Jabroni is anymore.
He
It's
gave
deep.
an inspirational speech.
He did. Let's
But
put him in. I want him. Wait, no. Put him back up a little bit. He deserves to be above Edwin. Perfect, right there.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I'm a big fan of Xander. Not really. Like I love how much you are set up to just fucking hate this child.
Yeah.
Who is pure intentioned.
4 people
Yeah.
left. Here we go.
All right, so Yasmin. Yasmin's our next.
Yasmin, I think she deserves to be by her girly pop.
Right next to Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, right next to Moon. But don't break up Moon and Wolf because I think that's funny that they're next to each
Yeah,
other.
that's-
So
yeah,
right
that
there,
works.
that's great.
Yasmin had a great. Moon was always Moon, but Yasmin had a great arc at least.
Yeah.
TMI. You
We
mean
love
MIQ.
her. Next.
So now we have the other Yoon Sung Young or whatever, the other
Or whatever.
Or whatever
guy.
is pretty accurate.
Yeah, he's right down with Nathaniel.
I will
Yeah.
say that I would never put him above Kyler. I think that Kyler could take him.
Yeah, all right. We can put him below Kyler then.
I don't care that.
Kyler could not take him. What are you talking about? No way.
Okay, in beer
He's
pong.
like a world class
In beer
karate
pong,
guy.
that's right. In beer pong, that's right.
pong,
Okay,
yeah.
so we'll put him there. Yeah, that's fine.
Or like
Next.
Yeah.
Is there any
Yeah,
interesting characters left? No.
yeah, Zachary, the little jabroni guy that's like, hey, you play League of Legends or something. You're stupid. I hate
Okay,
you."
did he actually
Anthony
did
LaRusso's little
Yeah.
playing League?
What am I
If
next
he insulted
League of Legends, yeah.
if he insulted somebody for playing League, then we gotta go top of B.
Mm.
Honestly, I think he should go below Anthony LaRusso.
No.
Whoa, hello, LaRusso.
He's the
LaRusso's not-
original Lapusso.
You can put him above
there we go.
Lapussa.
There we go.
Right there.
Nope.
All right.
Beautiful.
Last is Zara.
Oh, Zara.
That bitch.
All right.
I think he was a great character. A great
Love the
antagonist.
hater.
Actual martial artist.
Which
I
is
feel like
impressive.
IB.
Yeah, she's a compelling character. You love to hate her. She's
Yeah.
terrible.
I'd put her alongside. I'd go
Put her with the rest of the dojo.
with Quan. I'd put her with.
Yeah.
Well, we could do that
Yeah.
too, I guess.
Yeah. I thought we were putting her above some mainstay characters. It's a little funny. But I'm fine with it.
She was a good.
We
she was
did
a
it,
good-
everyone. We rank
That's interesting. So, do we want to do any like
Johnny
final
Lawrence, still number one.
changes?
I want to move Louis above Aisha.
I would like to put Tori above Miguel. Nope, not going to win that one still. Okay.
I feel like you and I could have like a 2-hour-long deep discussion on the merits of these characters.
Truly.
All
I could go on.
Really
I could
think
go on
about
for
it.
ages. I have some strong feelings. I do think truly, and I'm okay. Hold on, let me get serious for a minute. Hold on. I love all these characters. I love Chosen as much as the next guy, but I do think sometimes people get more love on the show for being funny. Like anyone who kind of has like a serious beat doesn't get as much love, which is fine. I get that. But like we all love Chosen because he's funny. Like, and he does have a compelling storyline. Don't get me wrong. But like, if you look at the S tier, I mean, he's above people that in theory kind of have more compelling storylines. But I'm honestly fine where he is because I wouldn't want to knock him down or anything. And again, I love Dimitri just kind of because he's funny. So I get it. We all have like our one little character that we love for like the yucks. Dimitri's fantastic.
I will say Dimitri and Eli's story, which, by the way, I thought Hawk was going to be an E because his name is Eli.
True.
Yeah, but we're not. We should start over. But beyond that,
No, I'm happy with where we are.
His name's Hawk.
but I love
Labeled him as
that
Hawk.
the transformation of a best friend into a bully. I love that story.
Yeah.
And like I love what they got to give with like Dimitri like speaking out against him. It was so good.
Also so interesting, and I mean this in like a very good way about this show, that they mix the old with the new. Like looking at this, like, oh, this person has such a compelling storyline. Like it's almost unfair to like rank someone like Kreese against like a Miguel or a Tori or a Robbie, because like we have so much history with Kreese. We have years of like built up feelings toward him, and then what this show unearthed about him. But I mean that in, like the best way possible. Like I love the fact that this show was able to help us see a new perspective on characters that we have loved from the olden days, and then also help us fall in love with an entire new generation of characters. Again, I think it's crazy. Now, again, mind you, Hollywood relationships never last. It is sort of funny that, in a sense, this show brought together LaRusso and Lawrence's kids, in a sense, and they're going to, like, be married. Like, that's hysterical. Yeah. Like, that is, like, truth is
pretty awesome
kind of moment. But yeah, like it's one of those things. It's just to get on my soapbox about how great the show was. That it's amazing. Again, this show that started off as like this YouTube show to try to get people to get YouTube. Reddit worked on AJ about Johnny Lawrence and how much it made us all love Johnny Lawrence. But again, it introduced a whole new cast of characters, and it's just very much like I think the original Karate Kid did, in which you loved Mr. Miyagi as much as you loved Daniel. Like you liked the kids and the older. Like I just think it's so interesting that like it's something that can spread across generations. Kids can watch this. Obviously, adults like ourselves fell in love with it. Yeah, you know, there's someone, again, there's for every Chosen and Dimitri, there's like a Tori and a Johnny Lawrence. Like there's just, you know, there's people that you love and you love to hate. And yeah, I don't know. I just, at the end of the day, like you said, this is a celebration. All these characters, even Anthony LaRusso shitting on you for the last few years has been delightful. Again, I'm not sure if the actor's real name who plays him right now. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're a great person, and I'm sorry that we've basically tormented you for years. I'm sure you're great in your life.
And I do want to give a shout out to that actor who, like, when I realized that was the same pudgy kid actor, and he like grew up and got in shape, and like he really still wanted to be a part of the show. Oh man, actually, I really I like the kid. Like we all love to hate on the character, but like, god damn, they did some cool stuff with him. It's a bit. I like the Anthony. I like the Anthony LaRusso character.
Yeah,
sorry.
I think he's very interesting. He is a compelling character.
Yeah,
and I just, again, the creators of this show have stated multiple times they're just clearly very big fans, and it shows in everything that they've done. And this show got very outlandish at times, and yet it was just entertaining. Like you just went with it because the characters were so good, and yeah, it was just fun to see like what they were gonna throw at the wall. And again, it's crazy. I know when we went to see Billy Zabka and Martin Cove at MegaCon, and they were talking about like it's insane thinking about like the choreo. Like when these movies first came out, they were movies. They were months of pre-production and then production and post-production making these fights. And again, they weren't remotely the fights that they're trying to film now. And now it's a TV show in which editing and pacing obviously schedules a lot quicker. And it's crazy. Like the fight choreo that people came up with in like basically the span of like a week to film and put up for our entertainment is so impressive. So yeah, I don't know. Everyone in the cast and crew of Cobra Kai, thank you for entertaining us for years. We will have this to revisit, and people will have the Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, whatever you want to call it, story.
We should do the same tier list every year.
Yeah.
I just get all like worked up and fight over who is who and whatever. It is interesting. I mean, again, in a few years, it has changed. Johnny Lawrence's part never changes, but
Johnny Lawrence will never change. No,
Johnny
Thank
Lawrence
you to the Jews.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's not going to change, but yeah, it's good, guys. It's good stuff. It's silly, it's absurd, but it's so good.
It's cartoonish, but man, you can't not watch.
Yes, exactly. Can't turn away from it.
Boom, there it is.
Send it to the internet.
Honestly, Cobra Kai
Never dies.
never dies, and its legacy to me is always going to be the same as one Wallace Shawn.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping.
I like that.
You're a jabroni.
I'll be so tired.
I thought that Cobra Kai like